Welcome back, beautiful souls. It's a soldier of light reporting for duty. And I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in tonight, for all of you who are here on the live. And for all of you who may be tuning in later or just listening, thank you guys for tuning in. And always thank you for your support. As you guys know, this is it's a channel that I've been not on as much as I'd like to have been on recently, but I've had a lot of things kind of going on as well. Helping a lot of people out in the world, and also just trying to educate myself as well. So, and of course, I was really sick this last week. I've been sick. Actually, I'm still feeling some of the effects of being ill. And I haven't been not even close to being 100% yet, but I'm getting better. Thank you guys for all your well wishes. I feel like in all my travelings around the country lately, that this last time that I was out and about, and I got sick after I went through a state that had a whole bunch of chemtrails in it. I mean, a whole bunch of them. And it was through like Ohio and all that stuff. And I just went through Ohio the other day to go to New York, and same thing. The skies were just, it was ridiculous how many chemtrails there were. And I'm not sure if that was the cause of it or maybe just traveling and being different places. But literally, I mean, that 2 weeks ago when I came home, it was pretty rough for me. And it was like something just hit me like a brick and hit my wife as well, and just kind of really took us out for a while. So I didn't want to do shows, and also if I'm not feeling healthy, then it's a lot of energy exchange for me as well. So thank you guys for understanding about the show. And then also with the travels coming up, so my shows aren't going to be as frequent as they were before. I'm going to try to jump on when I'm able to. Hopefully, it'll be, my goal is at least once a week to try to jump on, depending on how my travels go moving forward. Because I know that this is going to pick up for a lot of things that we're doing. And just to try to help others. So that's the goal. This has always been about for me, is to help others spiritually. As I started out with, that was a big calling for me, was the spirituality, to try to start to get the word out for God and the universe, to help others try to expand their spirituality. And a lot of times that's what's a lot of you guys have done really great, taking the ball and running with it. I know I always look at Joe's channel. He's been putting things out. Lady D puts things out. Dennis puts things out now. Chrissy puts things out. Even Aspiring Alchemist, which is amazing. These are all people who've kind of jumped out of their comfort zone, just like I did when I was kind of pushed in that direction. And they're continuing on that journey, as my journey has kind of changed a little bit, and in a new capacity, besides the spirituality that I still offer, and just the healing and the energy. There's some other things that I'm still working through, that what if it does come through, for me, that I'll be able to help other people with this, which is something that I'm really excited about doing. Um, so other than that, I mean, I've been, extremely blessed with from God, with the people that have come into my life, um, and all the things that are kind of happening, good and bad. Not everything is perfect. Don't get me wrong. I still have my battles that I fight, just like all of you do. But the fact is that I've grown a lot from this experience, um, and it's something that I hope that I've seen so much growth in all of you who are still here, which is awesome. I know it's a little earlier than I usually do on my shows. But I just, like I said, it won't be a scheduled day anymore. It'll just be when I feel like Spirit wants me to jump on, and then this is what I'll do. Because I usually do them on Mondays and Thursdays. But you know what? At this point, I'll just jump on, and whoever is available to jump on, I know they'll be on. And that's what I'm kind of going for, because I want people to know that I'm still here. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to push away or do anything like that. It's just my mission has changed a little bit. So um, that's why I'm so glad and thankful for the people who've kind of taken that roundtable approach, or just even speaking of spirituality on a weekly basis, at least, so that message keeps getting pushed across. Because I'm telling you right now is the thickest with misinformation and disinformation that is being put out everywhere, everywhere. And just even things that some people shouldn't even be speaking about, people are speaking about because they're unknowledgeable. So I just want to let people know, be careful what you watch, what you read, use discernment. And we talk about this all the time. And discernment is a big thing. God gave you that ability to discern. If it doesn't feel right, there's a reason. Or if there's second thoughts about anything that doesn't just resonate with your soul, I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that are being put out for a reason. Is to confuse, it's to upset, it's to lower vibrations. Um, the banking stuff, that's all coming to a head. Guaranteed. I guarantee you that that is crashing, and all the banks are going to crash. Not some of them, all of them. And I know a lot of psychics and readers have been putting this information out as well. But just to the reason why that this isn't just coming crash right now is because they're trying to give more people time to prepare for these things and to lessen the blow to a lot of you. The goal is to disrupt the top 1% elites, even higher than the 1%. The 0.1% of the 1%. Those are who they're trying to disrupt the most right now, because they're the ones who are, all the chips are being taken away from them. So that's the reason. If you take the money away, you take their ability to negotiate, you take their ability away to hire people, to harm people. I mean, literally everything you can think of comes from that little piece of paper that people say is valuable. So the good news is that God, and he had enough. He's had enough. I promise you. And this is moving forward. Even if it's not in the pace that we want it to be, God's want you to look to him the most, and look to him for faith and protection and healing, even when it's bad. That's the time when you're tested, is when you look to God the most. And looking to God is also looking to yourself, because no one's going to come and save you. I hate to say that, but it's true story. We work through God and God works through us. So we have to help ourselves through the glory of God and give praise to him, because he's going to give you the strength for this. And in case you haven't noticed that, he's been doing that your whole life. So that's what I wanted to kind of start off with. I know it's been a minute. Is you gotta, when things are going to get rough, I'm telling you, things are going to get rough, and it's going to look really stupid and really scary and even comical if you're kind of, because I'm going to tell you, no one knows the plan. I don't give a shit who you are, who you think you are, who you think you know. You read executive orders and law of war manuals and all these things. You can track airplanes here and there. You don't know dick. I'm telling you that right now. So whatever's going on, and I'm just telling you that because there's a lot of people who are putting things out. And actually, I've been reading lately. I just read sometimes just the comments just to read what people say. And the stuff is pretty ignorant, and even people who are truthers, who have the best interest of Americans and all these other things, that may be the case, but or their intention is there. But I'm telling you, just watch out what you read and who you follow, because there's a lot of people put into these things for a reason, to disrupt you, keep you off your game, and to not trust yourself. That's what this whole thing is about, not trusting yourself. That's what it boils down to, is trusting what you read. If it resonates with you, use discernment, then trust yourself and you stick with it. No matter what you hear, even if it's differing from what other people are saying or hearing, if it resonates with your soul, that means it's truth for you. And that's all that counts, is truth for you, nobody else. We need to stop living our lives in fear. We need to stop living our lives according to what other people think about us. That's the one of the biggest things that people are just, I've seen the just in my travels around, just speaking with people that I've never met in my life in person, afraid. People are afraid of what's happening, what's going to go on, and what's going to happen. And I mean, that's just fear, constant. My whole comfortability is going to be disrupted. What if I do this? Is this going to affect my businesses? And I mean, that's a constant state of fear. And I know it's hard not to be that way because we have responsibilities, but that's what the devil wants. And evil and demons come with handshakes and smiles, and you've heard it here. And I've always said that. Demons come with handshakes and smiles. So you can put your guard down and then they sink their claws into you. So I've had some crazy dreams lately too, about some, because I remember I told you guys about my Tom Hanks when I was on my vacation some months ago now, but I also had one about Lady Gaga. And I don't listen to her. I know she's evil as shit, but I was confronting the demon that was inside of her in a dream a few nights ago. So this is something that this is good versus evil, no matter what, how you spin it. So what I want, the biggest message real quick before I get reading is Spirit wants me to say we need to unite. Stop the differences between even the stuff you read online about disagreeing. Some people agree with what Biden or says. I don't know who that would be, but there's people who are backing that. And then there's people who back Trump. That's all division shit. That's all shit to divide you. The conservatives versus liberals. That's all. This is the left. Everything is the left and the right. The left are crazy. And I'm going to tell you, you don't want to be in a democracy either. People who say, oh, this is a democracy. Democracy, I'm telling you, there's a reason why that's called a democracy. Like demons, maybe? I don't know. But all democracies have always started out, they've always ended up as communism, because they take your God-given rights that were God-given and they create privileges for you. So they take God-given rights that you're able to do because God said you're able to, and they've created them into privileges for you. That's what the 14th Amendment did. It made us all slaves. They freed the slaves of the 13th, supposedly, and they made us all slaves. It was the 14th. So I know I've kind of jumped on that, but that's serious. You don't want to be, you hear the news talk about citizens, residents, persons. You don't want to be a citizen. You don't want to be in a democracy. You want to be in a constitutional republic under God's law, not commercial law and maritime law like they've created. So just so you know how twisted it is, when you're a baby, the mother's water breaks. When you come out, you breathe that air. And then when you're out and you breathe your first breath, you're on the land. It's water, air, land. What did the dark do? Flip it and make it law. So you went from the land, they pushed your head under the water so you can't breathe, and then they drowned you under the water with law. So everything has been flipped. Everything. So these are things that have been the most eye-opening for me. I was like, wow, it's literally everything is opposite. Everything. What's up is down, what's left is right. So that tells me that we have to unprogram ourselves, and it's hard, believe me, even some of the words we speak, because like I mentioned, legalese is a huge thing. Legalese is huge, which means words mean things that they don't mean, or they mean something different than we've been taught. So if you look at definitions of things in Black's Law compared to just a standard dictionary, Webster's dictionary, it'll blow your mind. You'll see the differences. We're chattel. We're called beasts. We're invalids, basically, who can't represent ourselves. That's the reason why the Constitution doesn't work when you are going into court. When you can't use, you're going against the Constitution because 14th Amendment citizens don't have rights. The Constitution doesn't work. You've even been told that. If you read that in court cases, you can't use a constitutional law or defense because you have no rights as a 14th Amendment citizen. All of our governments have been fraudulent for so long, way before. We're not talking about rigged elections and all that. They've been all fraudulent ever since the first bankruptcy. That's when the government should have been dissolved. So they just reconstituted into another corporation. That's why this keeps going on. So everything has been null and void, everything for hundreds of years. So just so you guys know, I mean, that's literally since 1933 when the bankruptcy happened. Minimum. That's when the government really was dissolved. And they've been fraudulently doing these things. That's why dipshit sent troops over to Ukraine without congressional, if you notice on the news, without congressional approval. Well, guess what? They've been doing that for years because everything has been under maritime law, under Emergency Powers Act. When there's a national emergency, we've been under a national emergency forever. So that's what gives the president unilateral pretty much to do whatever he wants. And he's part of that corporation. So I'm just going to say that's what I want people to know. Just come together. Stop looking at other things or other people and say, you know what, your differing opinion on whatever I think, that's division. And I know it's hard not to, because I read comments and I'm like, I want to make a comment so bad. But that's your triggers that you have to kind of let go, because that's what the dark wants, is us to divide, and they want us to fight each other, because then we pay attention to what we're fighting instead of who is really causing the problems. All these false flags that have been going on, there's a lot of them, all these train derailments, all these cattle mutilations and fires. There's a reason why these things is so big in distraction, because the banking system is crashing. They just don't want you to know that all the way, that it's already crashed. It's just catching up. And wait, when one day when you wake up in the stock market and all these people's 401ks and all that go to nothing, that's when the real rising is going to come. That's the point where I feel people need to really kind of help bring these people off the ledge, because that is what we're really going to do as light workers. We can't allow this to be okay. And then it's going to be civil war, and they'll call it, that's what they try to do with the BLM thing. And then after the BLMs, they didn't rise because that racial shit has been out the door so long. That's what they tried to, the Black Lives Matter thing, they kept pushing, oh, there's got to be white supremacists that want to kill it. And that wasn't the case. And then it became the transgender shit that they throw on people. And I'm telling you, I'm sorry, it's shit. Because, I'm sorry, you were either born with an outie or you're born with an innie. Those are the two choices. And I don't care if you think you're all the women you want. Guess what? You have no uterus and you cannot produce a child. Sorry. That's just how it is. And for people who may not want to understand that, I don't care. I don't give a shit, because I'm sick of hiding what I feel. And I feel like that's something that people need to speak out and be confident in the things, but do it in a way that's not going to be confrontational. You can speak your mind and get points across, even when it's hard, because the first thing somebody's going to do, if they don't agree with you, they're going to want to elevate the conversation and take it to another level. Don't allow that to happen. You can walk away from that conversation, but you also don't want to cause fighting. That's the point I'm getting. You want to stand your truth, but you also don't want to be causing disruption, because that's what they want. That difference of opinion is the difference of why we are divided. So it's just something new. It's just something they'll keep pushing buttons until they figure the button out. Right now, they're literally just blindly pushing buttons to see what aggravates us the most. Even with the banking stuff, that's also something that's going to happen. They're going to make people mad, like you see in other countries, and they're starting to attack the banks, and they're starting to burn them down. That's exactly what they're expecting for here. That's one of the things that they're pushing for. And you'll see. When people have zero money when they wake up one morning, that's going to be the biggest eye opener for people. So I've always felt that was going to be a springboard, because then when the government officially says they're bankrupt, guess what? The military has to step in. It's part of the manual. They have to. So because the monetary system is complete failed. So that's one of the reasons the military will step out. So that is for sure. So I know they've been doing their missions. Believe me, I know they have. And I know a lot of you know that. So, all right, I'm going to jump off. I have some questions to get to. So I'm going to get going. All right. That was 19 minutes of me just flapping my gums. So, but it's been a while. So I figured I got some information I wanted to just share with you guys. It's because I only tell you because I just want people to learn, to understand that your entire existence has been a lie. Everything. I mean, everything. And that's the hardest thing that I've really realized, is the eye-opening, literally. Like, it's been crazy finding out that you have a straw man that's created when you were born in your birth certificate. And I mean, just crazy stuff. Like, that's the reason why we keep these bills. We're utilities. They've created utility companies, out of us, basically, That's why they sometimes you get a piece of mail that has your first name and a middle initial in it, and then your last name. The middle initial created you as a utility. It's crazy, man. These things that I've learned more. I'm like, wow, and that's actually blown my mind open so much more than the spirituality and the stuff that I've been in. So much reading to do, so many things like this in multiple places, and it's been crazy, crazy stuff. But I'm very thankful that I'm being awakened. So, all right. King of Cups. Are there beings called the Adaro that protect their underwater civilizations? Let's find out. So, at the end of the show here, I'm going to see if maybe somebody in here who has cards maybe can pull a few questions for me just to see. How was that? That'd be crazy, huh? Have somebody from the crowd or from the listening audience do a reading for the tarot reader. That's pretty awesome. At least I think so. So, Adaro. Let's find out. I got the Page of Pentacles, so yes, that tells me yes, they're skilled. They're very skilled, and that's something they desire to do. I have the Eight of Swords. So what they're telling me though is there's some type of they feel like maybe imprisoned, or maybe there's something that surrounds them. I feel maybe they're there to help protect their the surrounding is what I'm getting, because there is a perimeter they set is what I'm getting. I have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups tells me they're there to bring comfort and a sense of calm. I feel like as protectors is what I'm getting. And I have the Nine of Wands. So once again, that comes back to perimeter. There's some type of perimeter that's set up, some type of boundary that they set up, and they're very resilient. So they protect the perimeter of their area. And I have the King of Cups. So it's something that they do, that they're leaders. So they've taken a leadership role. And I also feel in the King of Cups is water as well. So you're asking them underwater. So they're very diplomatic, and they're telling me that there's a leader that they report to, a king of some sort. And I have the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, so tells me protection, sovereignty, the fruits of their labor. So the things that they do are they're very successful at it. They're very skillful. And I have the Strength card holding up my reading. So that tells me that they're very strong and courageous. And it's something that they have very great inner strength to be able to do that. And they do that because they care. It's something they love to do, and that's what they volunteer for. They've done it. They've been there since they were young. The Page of Pentacles is first. So since they've been young. This is something that they've been developing as skill. So this is what they were meant to do, and they asked to do this. So yes, there are called the Adaro. And I hope that resonates with you, Mr. King of Cups. Sharon Fairchild. Does my younger sister have any remorse for any remorse as to what she is doing to her mother and 4 siblings? Does my younger sister have any remorse as to what she is doing to her mother and 4 siblings? At times, because they got the Page of Swords, so it tells me with the Page of Swords, there's little deceitfulness, there's some gossip, there's a lot of things that's going on. Also tells me there's some type of communication, how they've been how they've been communicating or lack of. Because I have restless energy, restless. Then I have the Seven of Cups, so it tells me choices. There's choices that this person makes So it tells me they're searching for something that they're like they have daydreams about this, or there's some type of thought process that goes on with the Seven of Cups. I have the Devil card. So that tells me that there's not at this point. So sometimes I feel maybe that there is some thoughts that comes like the poke on the shoulder from the good side. It says, "Hey, what are you doing?" But I also feel that there's some toxic energy attachment here. And I have with the Devil card, I feel like shadow work. Maybe there's some dark energy associated with this. I get destructive behaviors. Then I have the Ten of Swords. So this is backstabbing, betrayal. But I also say this is coming to an end, a painful ending. It's looks like it's coming to a painful ending, maybe coming up soon. And just don't be defeated. But it also tells me that there's some decisions that will be made in the future. So there's going to be a deadlock. So I feel like this will come to an end, but it will be delayed. It won't be totally resolved. It tells me there's going to be some type of resolution, but there will be some more standstill, maybe how this thing progresses a little bit more. There's going to be some avoidance, is what I got. Because I have the Moon card, there's going to be fears. There's going to be some illusion. There's some of the things that have been going to be brought to light, is what I'm getting. So the Ace of Pentacles tells me maybe within the next year, possibly, that this will start to move along. And there'll be something better that will come from it. Abundance will come from it. Anew with that Ace of Pentacles. So I have the King of Swords holding up my reading. So it tells me that there's going to be truth that's going to come out. Clarity will come out. Also tells me that with this going on, that there's a lot of racing thoughts. So I feel whatever this energy, this darker energy that's around her, makes her think in a different way. And I feel like this thing has been with her since she's been younger. I feel like there's a spirit with her that she needs to get rid of, that she's had since she's been young. So I hope that resonates with you, Sharon. And I'm going to send good energy to your sister and yourself. And I hope that resonated with you. Welcome back, Jason. Does the universe / guides have birthday blessings or messages for me? Let's find out. I'm going to use my angel deck. So I got Three of Swords in your past. So maybe this is a time to heal for you. Something from your past. They're telling me that this is you need to forgive yourself and others, is what I just got. So there's something that's going on. This is a time for you to heal. And I have the King of Cups, or King of Water. So what they're telling me with the King of Cups is open your heart. This is something that you're doing. So it tells me that maybe some advice you received or you will receive. I feel like maybe there's going to be some clarity to this. And with the King of Cups, it also tells me be very diplomatic in these things. Also tells me like support. You're very supportive, or you're being supported by spirit. They're telling me. I have the Ace of Cups, so that tells me falling in love again. I mean, if you have someone significant in your life, it tells me you're going to fall in love again, or even falling in love with yourself again is what I'm getting the most of right now, because I feel that there's a time to heal for you. And I feel like falling in love with yourself. I also feel possibly maybe as you move forward, that maybe there's somewhere you're going to be moving along in your future, I feel. And I have a release. So ending of a situation that's or that a phase. So it tells me with the release card that this is something that you're moving past. This is an ending of something and moving into something new. So I feel this is a spiritual transformation you're going through. As I mentioned, this is something they're telling me that you're healing from something from your past, some heartbreak. I have the justice card. So if you're waiting on something or have been waiting on something, maybe from that you want to be successful or come to completion, it's going to. Because I have the justice card. So it tells me there's going to be balance brought back to your life. Also tells me like there's going to be clarity and justice as that's exactly what that means. That there's going to be something that is gonna balance itself back out if it's been off. So it tells me that there's, if you have any type of legal or anything maybe from your past, or you've been waiting for something to come through and finalize, that you will. This is going to come and it's going to work out in your benefit. And I have the seven of pentacles or seven of earth holding up my reading. So that tells me like the delayed success. Okay. So they're telling me, Spirit's telling me you put in the work. You've put in the work already. And this is something that's going to be sustainable for you. So this part of your healing is for your growth. It's for future. The seeds have been planted, well planted for delayed success. So it tells me that you're going to be very successful in your journey, and to continue to heal yourself. This is the time of healing for you. And I hope that that resonated with you, Muse. And thank you. And if it is your birthday, happy birthday. And hope that that resonates. If El equals God and Elohim means more than one, could it be that the Elohim mentioned in the Bible are a collective of creators that each oversee their own galaxy? Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. I'm anxious to see what that one says. Let's find out, shall we? All right. Are the Elohim mentioned in the Bible? Are they a group of creators that oversee their own universe? Yes or no? It's a please be sure. No, I get a no. But I get there's 10. I got the 10 of wands. So it tells me there's hard work that would, but I have the king of wands. So it tells me like God, singular. I get singular. But I have the four of swords. So it tells me with God, like they were helped. They helped rejuvenate things. This is something that they were part of a renewal. And I feel like there was a lot of this. They were a part of this situation, but I don't feel it's how you asked the question, because I have the 10 of wands. So it tells me that they were burdened. There's a lot of hard work that went into whatever that they were part of. I have the two of wands. So they helped plan. They did help plan. They helped plan whatever was going on. So there was decisions made. It tells me that like discovering things, expansion, and then the world card with the two of wands. Literally, he's holding the world. I have the four of pentacles. So they help control what's going on. So I don't feel like it could be, they weren't the creator, but I feel they were put in charge of these areas, is what I'm getting. They help plan it, but God created it. Because I have the world, so they're all over. So they oversee worlds or galaxies, as you mentioned. So I feel like this is something that they're part of their accomplishment, part of moving this along, progressing things. It tells me completion, cycles. This is something that they manage cycles, is what I keep getting. So they're telling me like, and they're going to arrive. You're going to see them. They're coming. They're coming back. And I have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, holding up my reading, tells me victory, tells me they maintain clarity of what's going on. So they kind of manage, is what I'm getting. Like managers, there's a lot of hard work and burden that goes on into this, is what I'm getting. But God created them. the King of Wands. So he tells me, God, the creator, he tells me like, this is it. I'm putting you in charge. This is something that it's like, this is what he told them. This is what they agreed to. They helped plan. They had a thought process and God created it, but it was through their, and they also helped with their ideas. So that's why the burden comes along with that, that they're managing the or overseeing these galaxies. And it's part of what they're doing. And it's to bring victory over conflicts is what I'm getting. And there's four of Pentacles tells me it's for security purposes. It's for control. It's to help maintain this balance. It's something that's held on to very tightly is what I'm getting. So they did. I don't feel that they created it. I feel God did, but they had input and oversight as God created, because then they understood what God was creating. So hope that resonates with you, Dennis, and thank you for the super chat. Hi, Jason. Glad you're back. Can you give me a general read, please? No problem. Tracy. Is there anything you like to know for Tracy, or what you asking Tracy guys about this? Let me know. Is he keen? What would you like to for him? I have the Four of Swords, so that tells me this is a resting time for you. They're telling me this is maybe some time to retreat, maybe some time to retreat to yourself, renewal, okay, meditation. I feel like there's a lot of things you've been thinking about, is what they're telling me. I have the Ace of Cups next. So the Ace of Cups tells me, I don't know if you've been contemplating things about love or what's going on with your world, because I feel things are going to start to flow for you a little bit more. So I also feel like this is your intuition has been growing. They're telling me, and things are going to start to flow more for you as this progresses. I have the Fool card, so the new beginning. So tell me things are starting to flow, and you're intuitively going to be led on a new journey. They're telling me this is something, there's an opportunity coming for you. It tells me having the blind faith again, and being having that joy brought to your life with the Fool card. But I have the Tower card, so that tells me that there's going to be something revealed in your future, something that's going to be revealed, a revelation of some sort, and it may be a little disruptive. Okay, and I feel like there's going to be a release with that situation, and I feel with the Sun card that release is going to be beautiful. So I feel like there's going to be something revealed, brought to light, and it may be a little disruptive, but I feel it's not going to be totally disruptive because I have the Sun card next to it. So it tells me maybe there's something you're going to release, and I feel like that release is going to bring joy and happiness, success, and just light brought back to your life. So it tells me all is going to be well for you, a rebirth. So this tells me like this is something like meditation. I keep getting going back inside, like being more in tune, quiet again, quieting your mind and your spirit, is what they're telling me. You're going to learn insights this way. I feel if you do that, what Spirit's telling me is if you connect more, you're going to get more insights, and more is going to be revealed to you. And I feel like this is something that you've always had since you were a child. So they're telling me that they're acknowledging that you are going to grow. This is going to grow for you. Okay. As like I said, that cup, that Ace of Cups, things are going to start to flow. So your guides are saying, keep working on growing your spirituality, because you're going to have more revealed to you the more you work on it. Okay, so they're telling me they're acknowledging it. And I have the Four of Wands. So celebration, joy, homecoming, tells me this is something that they said that they're going to be happiness and joy coming into your life, and that you are on the path. So this type of tower moment it's going to be maybe disruptive to what your normal is what I'm getting, but it won't be as chaotic as you may feel with the Sun card next to it. So it tells me there's going to be something going to be released, and that will be the new. Okay, then things will really start to flow. So they want you to continue to work on yourself, meditate, quiet the mind, and the spirit will align with the body. And that's where I feel you're going to get the most revelation, the most insight that's going to come to you, and you're going to start to get the aha moments. So hopefully that resonated with you, Tracy, and thank you for the super chat. My friend Paul had a stroke last week. What is the prognostic for him moving forward? Prognosis, huh? All right, let's find out. Paul. Thank you. Moving forward. I asked how things are going to be moving forward for your friend Paul. So I have the Ten of Swords. So it tells me there's something, some type of loss. He's going to have, I don't know if this stroke, he's going to have some type of loss from it. I don't know if it's loss of feeling, maybe loss of ability, something along that line. And there's going to be something, there's going to be some decisions made. It tells me about this situation. But I also feel like he's kind of at a standstill right now, is what they're telling me. I have the Seven of Cups, so there's going to be some choices that are going to have to be made moving forward. So I feel he's going to be searching for a purpose moving forward. So this is going to be hard on your friend Paul, is what I'm getting. I have the Five of Wands, so it tells me that there's going to be some type of obstacles for him. He's going to be upset, obviously. He's going to have some conflict up here. He's going to disagree with a lot of things. And I feel like that's something there's going to be tension for him moving forward. But tells me he's going to be okay. I don't see anything that tells me he's going to pass. I feel with the Six of Pentacles that I have, there's going to be an exchange. He's going to need help. He's going to receive help, but I also feel like someone's going to offer to him to help. And I feel like things are going to be okay. He's going to find balance in the future. And then I have the Sun card. So it tells me all will be well for him moving forward. It tells me it's going to take him some time to adjust. So right now it tells me that there's some type of collapse. I don't know if he collapsed. I don't know if that's what happened. He just collapsed or something. I keep getting something collapsed. He didn't feel good. All of a sudden it just happened. And it was like, he's going to lose function. I keep seeing him lose loss of function or losing function in something. Right now, like you said, right now there's like a deadlock. So things are they're waiting to see how things are going. There's decisions that they're waiting to make, is what I'm getting right now. But it tells me that there's going to be choices. Okay, there's going to be an opportunity. They're telling me, and this is going to work out. But there's going to be disagreements in how they proceed. So that's what to expect. But tells me with the Six of Pentacles, once again, there's going to be an exchange. There's going to be something offered. It's going to be accepted. And that's going to be some type of help or something that's going to bring balance for him. And it will work out. Things will work out for him. Though, so the Knight of Swords is holding up my reading. So it tells me action. He is going to take action. There's going to be some action taken, okay? And things are going to start to pick up speed. But it also tells me like maybe some of the things that are going to be said may be done angrily, but not directed specifically at anyone or meant to hurt anyone. So be prepared for that. For whoever's around Paul, that could be a possibility. So hope that resonated with you, Muse, and thank you for the super chat. Are the Ainu Ra, Memra, and Shinra the Ra collective in the Law of One? Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Are the Ainu, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Ainu Ra? Are the Ainu Ra, Memra, and Shinra the Ra collective in the Law of One? Yes or no? I get no. I get the Magician card first. So there's something that's shady. Whatever the situation or maybe what's been put out isn't what it's supposed to be. But whoever's putting this out, also there's some type of um, someone's taken action. Someone's taken action to do this, and I feel like it's some type of manifestation, something along the manifestation. So something they've manifested along the line, because I have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a no card for me, but it tells me something that they wanted to do for long-term success. So I feel with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like a long-term view of whoever put this information out with the Magician card. It was something that they wanted to sustain, something they wanted to sustain. But I have the Knight of Wands, so there's a lot of energy. It's when regarding this is regarding energy, because I've never even heard of any of this. So what they're telling me though is this was something they were inspired to do. It was some type of action that they took. I have the Three of Wands, so it tells me that it was for they wanted to fight or took energy to they were inspired to slow the progression down is what I'm getting. So whoever the situation, there was an opportunity here, and it was regarding expansion, and it was regarding progress. So this situation, whoever's putting this out with the Magician card, there's something there that doesn't jive when it comes to the progress. But I have the Sun card. So after the Sun card tells me there's going to be some type of rebirth. Something is going to come out that's going to change the perception of things that we may have read and tried to understand, because it tells me that there's going to be a rebirth and all will be well moving forward with the situation. So that tells me that there's something written. I keep getting something written that was worked on for some time, and this has been something that's been put out from the past that's for long-term success. But I feel like this is the first couple of cards I got were no's. So that tells me strong no. And I have the King of Wands. So a king tells me that that's who was directing this information to be put out. So I don't know who put this information out or where this information even comes from, because I've never even heard of it. But there was a leader that told them to put this information out the way they did. So that's why the information I feel is going to change for a lot of things that we feel or think that we know are going to be a lot of different in the future. So hope that resonated with you, Dennis, and thank you for the super chat. Good to see your face, Jason. Much love to you. Thank you, Soul Therapy with Lady D. Awesome. Thank you. Awesome to be back. True story. CBDC being brought to you by the same ones crashing the economy. You got that right. You got that right. Cool. Was it the Virgin Mary I saw in the woods when I was a child? And if so, what was her message? All right, let's find out. I get the Eight of Wands, so yes, she traveled to you. And when you asked about the woods, the wands are sticks. So it tells me that she came to you she manifested to bring news to you. And the world. So this is something that she was telling you that you were accomplished, you will accomplish. So she brought a message to you telling you what you were going to accomplish. And she traveled to you once again. This is a travel. Oh, she also brought a message of celebration. She wanted you to celebrate your accomplishments. So she told you what you were going to accomplish so you could prepare for that. So that's what she was telling me. I have the Five of Swords. So maybe there's some conflict going on up here at the time, is what I feel. I feel like maybe there was some type of I don't know if it was maybe disagreements or maybe you were kind of separated. Maybe you felt like somebody was bothering you or upset you. And I feel like there's some conflict at the time with the Five of Swords. And you went on a travel, a journey. She took you on a journey actually in the woods. Even though you may not have felt you left the woods, but you were walking, you were traveling, you walked with her. I get that you were walking with the Eight of Cups. So it tells me maybe disappointments, walking away from something. So I feel like she was helping you kind of move along from what maybe was going on, and she brought peace and a message to you. And I have the High Priestess card. So, yes, Divine Feminine tells me trust. Wisdom was brought to you. Also tells me like this was something like divine knowledge. She gave you some divine knowledge when you were young. And you have a lot in you, she said, and she wants you to trust yourself. And the Six of Wands, recognition. She's telling me you're making progress. You're gonna be victorious in these things. So that's what I was getting at. She was showing you your accomplishments, the things that you were going to accomplish. So you wouldn't focus on the negative and the defeats and the things that were bothering you at the time. So she came to you very much so. She showed herself to you, and it was something to do to help you to show you your progress. And you're going to be very successful. And I have the Page of Swords holding in my reading is when you were young. So there was something going on up here, maybe what you're thinking or what was going on at the time. And I feel like she brought clarity. She brought a new way of thinking for you, is what she brought information to you and knowledge. So that's kind of what I got for that. So she definitely was there to bring a message to you, and it was over your accomplishments and to show you what you were going to do, and to bring you peace and wholeness, and bring you that love. So hope that resonated with you, Muse, and thank you for the super chat. Does Spirit have a new message for me? Let's find out. One card just flew out right now. Literally, right when I started to shuffle. And it's the Ten of Cups. So I'm going to keep pulling. So far with the Ten of Cups that flew out of my deck, literally, you're divinely loved. So they're also telling me there's going to be fulfillment in your life, the legacy you leave behind. Also tells me that there's going to be your wishes will come true, Dennis, the things that you've been asking for. They're telling me that that's going to come to completion for you. Family contentment, wholeness. I have the King of Pentacles, so I feel like there's going to be your financial security is coming. They're telling me you've made good investments in your life. And they're also telling me like you are going to be able to help your family financially. They're going to be secure. Your wish will come true. And the things that you've been doing, they're telling me you've been very disciplined, even when you didn't feel like being disciplined at times, and you're progressing. So your prosperity is coming, they're telling me. I have the Magician card. So it tells me they want you to work on your confidence as you've been doing. They're telling me that you're gaining more skill. You're being more active. They're telling me that they want you to be more active as you have been. So this is something you're manifesting. You're manifesting all of your future, and for your family's future because of the things that you're doing. You're going to have clarity. And I have the Seven of Pentacles. So it tells me once again, delayed success, but you've been working on this. It tells me the seeds have been well planted. Once again, I keep getting this card, but it's telling me the seeds have been well planted for you. It's going to tell me this is going to be sustainable results for you. This is something, and this is Pentacles. Once again, financial. It tells me this is something that you're going to do for long-term success. You're going to be very successful. And I have the Knight of Wands. So it tells me like inspired. You've been inspired lately. Your energy has been changing. You've been taking action. You've been fearless, they're telling me. And you're also going to go on an adventure in your future. It's coming for you. Something you've been manifesting, you're telling me. And the Star card. So a good omen. So it tells me like this is something that is meant to happen for you. Your cup, it tells me remain hopeful, remain calm. It tells me balance and harmony is coming into your life, and you're being spotlighted with the Star card. You're the star of the show. So this is something they're telling me that you're illuminating your light for others. So they're telling me that you've done these things. You've been investing in yourself. You've been working on yourself. And this is something that's going to help not only yourself, but you're helping complete a cycle with that 10 of Cups, which was the first one that flew out of my deck. And it's for your family and for others. So Eight of Wands holding in my reading is telling me that there's going to be news that's going to start to flow to you. Okay. So you're going to start getting more downloads and you're going to start to get more intuition things. And there's going to be information that's going to flow to you that you're going to start to learn a lot of things from. And this is part of your growth. So this is part of your expansion. They're telling me with the magician card being your energy in the center tells me that you're developing skills, and you're becoming more creative in the things that you're doing. This is all part of your manifestation skill. And they want you to have confidence in the things that you're doing and believe, even when there's times that you don't feel things are moving along. They say continue to, your clarity will come if you keep manifesting the way you are. So I hope that resonated with you, Dennis, and thank you for the super chat. Do you see meeting those close to me for support in versa? Do you see meeting those close to me for support in versa? I hope I can understand what that even means. Do you see meeting those close to me for support in versa? Shirley, can you repost just a regular question for me? Right now, I'm going to scroll down and at the bottom of the chat, and I'm going to catch up to Shirley Q because I'm not understanding your. Are you asking if will I be seeing those close to you for support, or do I see you meeting those close to you? That's why I'm confused. So you have to be very specific on how we ask. Let me scroll down to the bottom there. Sorry, correction here. Do you see me meeting people in my surrounding area so we can support each other? Okay, see, that's a much better question. All right. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, correction. Do you see me meeting people in my surrounding area so we can be supporting of each other? Okay. Let's find out, Shirley. Shirley meet people around where she lives now that will help support her. She can support them. She meet like where she lives now. She can support me. Her before. Yes. I got the Knight of Cups, so tells me follow your heart, and also tells me a knight in shining armor is going to come into your life. I have the 10 of Pentacles, so yes, you're going to have. That tells me fulfillment. Tells me completion. Okay, tells me a community that you're going to be around for sure, and you're going to contribute. They're telling me. I have the Page of Cups, so it tells me you're going to have a surprise that's going to come. And I know this is a dream of yours or some type of you've been manifesting or trying to manifest this. They're telling me. And there's going to be, and then I have the Four of Wands. So yes, you're going to be part of a community. Tells me some type of homecoming celebration. So it tells me that you're going to be part of a community for sure around where you live now. And it is coming. And I have the Page of Swords. And there's gonna be a way of, you guys are gonna communicate. It's gonna be a group that communicates with each other, and you're gonna bring mental energy to each other. That's what I'm getting. There's gonna be a lot of discussion. But I have the King of Swords, so there's going to be some truth and clarity. That's going to. So this is what these discussions are going to be, and it tells me there's going to be with the Three of Swords holding up my reading tells me maybe your fears and your doubts about these things about not working it out or having it work out this way tells me no. There's going to be clarity with this, so it tells me release those fears with the Three of Swords, and it tells me with the other cards that I have that there's going to be something proposed to you. So it tells me maybe someone around your area, you're going to find there's going to be something's going to be brought to you. And I feel like this person's going to kind of get the community with you, or this community is going to start to grow at that point. So you're going to be invited, I feel, into a community that somebody's going to come into your life. So just stay positive, release these doubts, okay, with Shirley. Okay, so that's what they're telling me. There's fear with the Three of Swords. Let me see, where is Let's see where you're. All right. Thank you for the super chat, Shirley, and I hope that that resonated with you. I have a small picture hanging on the wall in the kitchen. It's never fallen off the wall until this week. 2 times now it's falling off the wall, but only when my husband was in the kitchen. Is spirit messaging with him or messing with him? Okay, let's see. Communicating with her husband. Yep, that's it's. I get the Page of Pentacles, so they're manifesting. That's how they manifest, and they've been diligent on it. And I have the Ace of Swords, so yes, there's a message coming. Okay, so they're the message they're telling him, they're messing with him, they're manifesting. So I feel, I don't know if your husband has doubts about this stuff. This is them manifesting to show that this is coming. So I also feel like they've been very successful with this situation, and they're going to be successful. Then I have the Ace of Wands. I'm not even going to pull anymore. So that's what it is. It's to bring um, like ideas, maybe, and they come with ideas, and I feel like it's to bring. There's opportunities for growth, is what I'm getting, and I feel like it's a way of them using the energy to inspire you, also to inspire your husband to be like, hey, maybe think of things a little different, or maybe it enlightens him a little bit more. It says that there is some energy around, and it tells me with the Six of Pentacles that I'm holding up my reading, that this is something that is they've been working on. This is something that will continue to do this, because they says that they want you, your husband and you, to continue to grow and learn, and this is something that you're going to start to master, and you're going to start to learn these things. So it tells me that this is exactly what they've been working on for some time, and this is their way of kind of putting it out there, like smack in the face for your husband. So yeah, that's why they're going to continue to do it, until he acknowledges what's going on, is what I'm getting. So once he acknowledges, then the brain opens up to the spirit, and everything can kind of start to process. So hope that resonated with you, Linda, and thank you for the super chat. Good evening, Jason. Can you tell me what my spiritual gifts are? Thank you. Let's find out. I'm actually going to ask my ancestor cards for this one. Let's see what we get. I have a direction guardian, so it tells me that you're going to be able to choose your path. So it tells me you have more than one gift. Then I have the Earth Guardian. So what I feel is you're very connected to. They want you to ground yourself. So it also tells me with the Earth Guardian that they want you to continue to connect to nature. If you're not a nature person, I feel like you'll have great healing, great energy exchange in nature with the Earth Guardian. Then I have the Shield Maiden. So it tells me that you're a protector. So I feel you're a protector of others, but it also tells me the shield mating that you're going to be able to move in the direction that you need to do this. And it tells me that you're going to have the strength and the willpower to be able to deal with the shield mating. They want you to make plans and focus on building these things, is what I just got. Then I have the warrior card. So once again, that keeps telling me you're a fighter, you're a warrior. So also tells me that you're here to protect. You're in a spiritual warfare with what's going on. They also want you to be fearless. Okay, they tell me they continue to want you to grow your spirituality. So it continues to come back to quieting the mind. That's the first thing, kind of tuning these things out from around you. And I feel like you're going to be able to choose which direction you're going to be able to go in. Once again, it tells me you have multiple gifts, as I feel a lot of us do. So it also tells me though that you're going to be fighting for these things. You're here to protect. You're here for a reason as a warrior. I have the hunter. So it tells me that you're going to be able to track these things down. You're going to be able to track it down. You're going to be able to go after something. So that tells me when it comes back to, once again, make plans. And then that's what the hunter does. They make plans. They put these things out. They kind of prepare for this, and then they kind of start to move. And then when that prey comes into to their sights, then they can take it. They can take the prey out. So that's what it's telling me is just make plans and then stick to them and kind of continue moving in that direction fearlessly with that hunter card. I have a traveler, so it tells me you're going to be able to travel a lot. If you don't astro travel now, you're going to. You're going to start to be able to astro project. And I feel like this is something you're going to be able to travel very quickly as you grow this. I feel like that's one of your skills. You're going to be able to astro project in a lot of places. And that's what it's telling me. Also, with the Direction Guardian, you're going to be able to do this, I think, in multiple ways moving forward. You're going to be able to be in multiple areas at one time. I have the High Priestess card. So it's something you're going to have to harness this inside of you. There's divine wisdom inside of you. There's also sacred knowledge inside of you. So it tells me that you need to trust yourself with the High Priestess card. So it tells me you're going to be able to start to grow this intuition. And you're going to start to develop it. But it tells me you're already there. And the Water Guardian, right? That's holding up my reading. So it's connecting with your emotions. That comes back to aligning the spirit with the mind and the body. So it tells me that you're maybe a little off at times, like we all do. We just have to make more of an effort. Like what it says, make plans, a routine, something along that line that will kind of slow your breathing down, kind of realign the spirit with the mind and the body. And tells me that you're going to start to open these intuitive gifts more and more. But I feel you're going to be able to astro project in many places at one time as you move forward. So hopefully that resonated with you, Tracy, and thank you for the super chat. Last month you said there were 17 ascended masters in this group. Am I one of them? Let's find out. We still get ascended masters. I don't think you're one of the ascended masters in this group. But I also feel though that there's something that you have great apathy. So it tells me that you're an empath. So there's something that you are very, very spiritually connected with the group. But I have the Queen of Pentacles. So it tells me you're here to nurture. It also tells me this is something that you're here to bring something into practice with this nurturing and this ability that you have. And I have the Five of Pentacles next. So it tells me maybe something to do with ill health. I feel like you're here to help people with ill health at this time. And I also feel like there's some type of disconnect with that Five of Pentacles as well. But it also tells me like this isn't something that you are an ascended master per se, but it also tells me here with the Ace of Cups after that when someone has ill health or blocked energy, I feel like you're here to help release that. You're here to help release these things and help people heal is what I'm here. Was what you're here for. Yes, I have the Knight of Wands, so it tells me you're here to fight. You're here to take action. So it tells me the actions that you take actually help people unleash their blockages, unleash these things that have been bothering them. That's what it tells me here with the Four of Cups. So meditation tells me a lot of meditation, and this is something like you're mastering these things at this point. So it tells me at this point that there's still something disconnected there that you're gonna master as you move forward in this direction. So you're gonna be able to put things into practice And this is part of a healing. I feel like you're a healer. Six of Pentacles, holding on my rating, so it tells me an exchange of energy. So this is an exchange of energy for you when it comes to releasing things, blocking, helping people release blockages, ill health, loss, things like that. I feel like this is something you're able to do. This is what I feel like they want you to take action, starting to learn about healing. And I feel like this is a big thing that you're going to do, like as many of us will probably be doing in the future. So hope that resonated with you, Muse, and thank you for the super chat. Welcome back, Jason. The community really needed to hear your voice again. Thank you. No problem, Chuck. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. So I miss you guys too. And my wife. It's funny because my wife is always like, uh, you gotta let the people know that that you're not feeling well. There's not going to be a show tonight. You got to let the people know this. And I was like, oh, she's like, because they're wanting to know what's going on, make sure you're okay. And so my wife is always on me. So, and it's, I get so preoccupied sometimes. And plus I wasn't feeling well. So I told her, I'm like, you know what, you're right. So I actually, it's good when I get done with the readings. I always feel good. I haven't been channeling as much, but the stuff that I have been channeling lately, that I've received off topic stuff up here has been so on point, so spot on. Like people that I pull readings for, like around the different states, when I'm traveling, they're like, "Oh my gosh, man, how did do that stuff happen to the T?" And I'm just very thankful that I feel like at the beach when I told you I was sawing between dimensions, like things like totally like opened up for me, and I was able to see things a little differently. So it's very good. So I just want to say, it's been awesome to kind of get some of the feedback of things that have happened for people, and that's always the best. That's just my thank you moment. So, and that's the first thing I do is thank them for the reading, and then thank God and my guides for watching my back and protecting me and be able to help people that I need to help, and that's what this is for. So thank you, Chuck, for the super chat, my friend. Hi, Jason. Welcome back. Could I please have a mini general? Mercy. All right. Let's see what we get. Cecilia. You come for Cecilia. Same thing. That's wait for. Please. I got the moon card. So I don't know if you've been having dreams, but I feel like there's some maybe some things that you maybe have dreamed about has been you've had some fear about it, or some anxieties, maybe some things that have been going on, maybe some premonitions that have been coming to you, or they will. So it tells me that things are going to start to be illuminated for you. Okay, it tells me maybe while you sleep and you dream, you're going to get downloads. Your intuition is going to get upgraded. I have the Lovers card, so that tells me harmony. So your guides are telling me that they come to you. This is something that you do when you're sleeping. They give you downloads. They help you your intuition grow. They help you with questions, even though you may not feel like that. But they're telling me this is something that happens when you sleep. This is something that your higher self connects with you more. So they're telling me they want you to connect more with your higher self. Start connecting more with that, because the two energies combine into one. It's very powerful. So they're telling me to call in your higher self more. I have the Judgment card. So some type of a calling is coming for you, an awakening. You've been waking up. They're telling me there's been an awakening going on, and this is a rebirth for you, as it is for a lot of people. So it tells me that there's something that you need to release. Okay, it tells me there's some forgiveness that needs to happen. There's some releasing that needs to go. This is something that's a God is calling. I keep getting God is calling. God is calling you, and He's calling others to kind of release these things, these burdens, these things that have been bothering. This is a new calling for people. The Nine of Cups also tells me content, fulfillment. Tells me like you're going to be financially okay. You're going to be your health is going to be okay. Tells me that your wish comes true. So it tells me that this is things that you've been you're working on or you've been manifesting, because I feel like there's been a lot of contemplation that they're telling me that your wish will come true and you're going to be very content moving forward. Then I have the Justice card. So literally, I have, I mean, 4 out of my 5 cards have been major arcana. So they're telling me that this is something that you're manifesting greatly. So it tells me that there's going to be clarity for you moving forward. There's going to be balance brought back to your life. So it tells me cause and effect as well. So it tells me the things that you do affect you. So it tells me that if your energy is bad or negative to start, or something that comes to you, if you allow it to affect you that way, that's exactly how it will affect you. So it tells me though that you're gonna have some clarity to this stuff. It tells me there's balance going to be brought back to you in harmony. Okay, so that's what they're telling me, like that justice will come. Okay, so the things you've been wanting to have for justice are going to come. They're going to come. And I have the King of Wands holding up my reading. So it tells me overcoming obstacles. Okay, so this tells me like protective. You're being very protected. Also tells me like maybe a father figure of yours is very very. They come. They talk to you. I don't know if you talk a lot or something along that line. I keep getting a father figure it keeps they're protective. You're very protective. You're protected. It also tells me they help you through some of these things when you're having these questions, these concerns. Are telling me they come to you a lot. So it also can tell me a male figure in your family, maybe it's passed on, comes to you and they bring you comfort and they're there to tell you that you're going to be okay. You're going to overcome these obstacles that you've had in your life, and it's for a reason. But this will come to completion for you. So. Hope that resonated with you, Cecilia, and thank you for the super chat. Okay, I need to change this banner. No more super chats. No more super chats. Any messages from Spirit for me? Let's see, Jules. Sweating. I haven't sweated in a while. See, I start channeling and I sweat. It's crazy. Like after I get done reading, I'm always sweaty, but I always have to go use the bathroom right away as soon as I get done. All right. First card I get is the Queen of Wands. So they're telling me they want you to remain focused. Okay. So whatever you have, whatever is going on, they want you to focus on that. They also want you to, they tell me you're very determined. So they want you to remain determined in the things that you're pursuing. It also tells me they want you to remain courageous. So maybe there's some things that are shaking you in your past, but I feel like they want you to remain strong. Okay. So they're telling me they also want you to find joy in your life. Because I have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is next. So it tells me maybe self-imprisonment. Also tells me maybe defeatist attitude at times. So that's what they're telling me. They want you to find that joy in life before I even pull the Eight of Swords. So they're telling me when it comes to this, they want you to release these things that hold you back. So it tells me you hold yourself back. Maybe you're a prisoner of your mind at times because you think a lot. So they're telling me they want you to release that. Okay, release that. I have the King of Cups. So it tells me emotional balance. And I don't know if there's maybe something going on possibly with a person in your life, maybe a male figure of yours. Maybe you feel a little trapped at times with that situation. So tell me though they're going to have tolerance only not only for yourself but others around you. It tells me to be very diplomatic in the things that you pursue. It tells me maybe how things that we say, things that we think have a little bit more. Just think things through before we speak is what I'm kind of getting. Because I have the Knight of Wands, so it tells me maybe there's something maybe they want you to be fearless. So Spirit's telling me maybe there's something going on, or maybe there's been some thoughts about, like I said, a male figure in your life, possibly. Maybe there's been some spats or something that happened. But it also tells me they want you to remain fearless. Okay, be inspired in the things that you do. That comes back to the joy. They're telling me they want you to be inspired and find the joy in your life again, and to be fearless. Eight of Pentacles comes out, tells me that you're going to master these things. So it tells me maybe some skills that you're going to learn. It tells me you're learning a lot about yourself. So you've been learning a lot. So they're telling me this is part of your mastery. And this is something that you're going to continue to do, and to develop. So this is going to be a work in progress. They're telling me with the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Wands is next. So it tells me maybe there's some news, something is going to come to you. They're going to start to get information and downloads, and things are going to start to move along. So if there's been some things that you've been kind of waiting for, they're telling me they're going to start to pick up speed. Okay, you're going to receive some type of something is going to come to you, and this is something that's going to start to pick up speed, and you're going to start to manifest things quicker, more quick, as you move forward in this. So it tells me the Lovers card. All will be well. So if there's been maybe some disagreements or something with maybe a male figure in your life, it tells me there's going to be balance with that again with the Lovers card. Also tells me there's going to be harmony, brought back to your life, balance. Also tells me when it comes to the Lovers card, that this is partnership is going to be good. And it tells me this is something that's meant to be. So it tells me that if you've been having anything maybe in your personal life, I feel like you're going to move past this. But they're telling me to be very diplomatic in the things that you say, and also be a little tolerant, tolerant of yourself and tolerant of the others around you. And I feel like that may be a big process for you, as Spirit's telling me that you're learning a lot about yourself. That's that Eight of Pentacles. You're going to master these things. You're going to start to look at things differently. You're learning a lot about yourself and others around you, and a lot about the world. So they're telling me this is part of your mastery, and you're to continue working on that. Okay. So hopefully that resonated with you, Jules, and thank you for the super chat. Could you please tell me if I'll financially be able to move back by family soon? Let's find out. Joan G. Joan G. See if we're going back soon here, family. Within the next year on our calendars, we should be able to financially afford. So what I asked Joan is, because how Spirit sees time is different. So I asked, will you be able to financially afford, or will you financially be able to move closer to family within the next year on our calendar as we know it? So that's usually how I tell Spirit, and let's see what they give me, okay? So I got the Two of Wands. So it tells me, yes, there's gonna be travel in your future. It's coming. So it tells me there's some plans. They're gonna be start making plans. If you already have been, start making these plans, and these plans will progress with the Two of Wands. The Hierophant. So there's something financially. You're gonna have some financially. You're gonna be okay. It tells me maybe some type of institution will be involved with this process. It also tells me though that there's that to trust that this is going to happen. They're telling me trust. The Seven of Wands. So it tells me there's some obstacles, okay, that you're going to overcome. They're telling me that you're going to maintain control, okay, and they want you to be persistent when it comes to the Seven of Wands. The Five of Wands also comes up. So it tells me some obstacles, okay? So it tells me maybe some tension about this situation, but it tells me those are temporary. The Five of Wands are temporary. So it tells me you're going to overcome these obstacles very quickly. The Hanged Man, though, tells me that there's going to be some delays, okay? I asked within the year, so it tells me there's going to be some delays. So it tells me your sacrifices are going to pay off, okay? So it tells me there's a lot of self-sacrifice that's been going on. But also tells me there's going to be some type of renewal, okay? You're going to see things from a different perspective in the future. And the Fool card. So it tells me you're going to be on a new journey. So you are going to travel. It tells me that to trust. You're going to have trust. You're going to have joy, and there's going to be a new journey for you. Okay, so you will be traveling. It tells me. And the Knight of Pentacles. So keep working. That's what they're telling me. So it tells me you're a hard worker. and you take responsibility. You're going to develop a routine for the things that they want you to continue to move forward with this. Manifest this. This is what they're telling me, that you're doing this. You have a routine. You're seeing this. They want you to plan this. So it tells me with the Knight of Pentacles, maybe it's going to be a little delayed. So maybe within the next year, I feel like there's this something that's going to work. But I feel like there's going to be some bumps, and some things that you're going to overcome. Okay. But it tells me your sacrifices will pay off for you. Okay. Because you will take a journey. So it tells me this is something that will, and the Temperance card. So the Temperance card is holding in my whole reading. So it tells me remain hopeful. It tells me this is a good omen, and things are going to happen on divine timing, and only in divine timing. So it tells me when spirit says that you're ready to move is when it will happen. It won't happen a second before or a second after. So the Temperance card tells me also it's a slower moving card. So maybe within the next year, at this point, that you're going to make the progress towards moving back is what I'm getting. Things are going to start to change for you, and you're going to start to develop this plan. They want you to continue to plan it and manifest it, because it's going to happen, but it'll be when the energy and everything is in alignment for that to happen. So, and it won't happen before that with the Temperance card. So hopefully that resonated with you, Joan. And thank you for the super chat. Did Mary Magdalene perform miracles that Jesus taught her? Good question. Did Mary Magdalene perform miracles at Yeshua? Interesting. So Jesus taught. So when she was meditating, so that's when she would get these gifts and these downloads. So he taught her how to meditate and how to connect with spirit. Is what I'm getting. There's a lot of meditation. I keep getting a lot of that with the Four of Cups. I get the Queen of Pentacles. So it tells me that whatever these things that Yeshua is teaching her, how to connect with spirit more and how to manifest, it tells me that it was a practice, and she put it into practice. And it was to heal with the Pentacles. I have the Ten of Swords, though. So it tells me, though, that she had some failures at times. She was learning, she was growing. So it tells me with the Ten of Swords, maybe things also tells me there was some disruption that happened during this situation. So she was learning, she was growing with this situation. I have the Six of Pentacles. So it tells me there was an exchange of energies. So it tells me like it was something that she did, and it was gifts that were brought to her that she would able to exchange and she would give to people. So she was learning. She was learning to find the balance, because I feel at times that's what there was some defeats or some failures at times, because she was learning these skills that she had. But she was very good. She did start to, but it took her some time. It took her some time to figure this out. So it tells me that she also did possibly at least 6 miracles, if you would consider whatever they consider a miracle. And I have the Ace of Swords after that. So it tells me, yes, victory. So it tells me she overcame these failures. And also something that based on her teachings and the things that she did. So there was a lot of, she almost disconnected from her body is what I was getting when she was doing these things. When she was meditating, she was disconnecting from this realm and the physical realm, and she was going into the spiritual realm. And she was receiving these things. And I feel like this is something she did. And I also feel that this created conflicts, though, because of the things that they were doing. Then I have the Ace of Wands. I'm not even going to pull anymore. So yes, manifestation tells me opportunities, tells me inspiration, inspiring, tells me that there was an exchange of things. I have the 10 of Cups holding up my whole reading. So it tells me fulfillment, divine love. It was divine love that they shared. And it was a family. It was multiple. And so 10 of Cups could be multiple, not just Mary, but also tells me many of the disciples of Yeshua. I feel like this was something that it was beautiful. It was fulfillment. It was completion of things, healing, fulfillment, divine love, and regeneration. So I feel like there were some failures at first, that she learns how to progress it and get better at it. And then she was very good at it, is what I was getting. So it took her some time to develop the skill. But yes, she did learn. And it was something that she had to grow into. So hope that resonated with you, Lady D, and thank you for the super chat. Does the Yeshua cross symbolize a crossroads of two movements? That's the first question. Yeshua cross, two movements. Yeah. So I got the Knight of Wands. So yes, so it tells me it's an energy thing. So also tells me like this was an action that was taken purposely because I have Ace of Swords. So yeah, it tells me breakthroughs or changes. Also tells me that this is a conflict. It brought a conflict. That's what the X I feel or the cross would be. There was a conflict involved with this situation. And I have the Ace of Wands. So it tells me yes. So it tells me creation, a new beginning. So it tells me that there's some type of beginning with this. So it tells me that there was an end and a beginning to this line. So it tells me that there's growth. It was part of growth. So something had to come to completion. That's what the X is for, which would be like if you turn a cross on its side, I keep getting an X. So it tells me this is like a 10. So this is a completion and also a beginning of something for growth. So the Four of Swords, so it tells me that this is meant to rejuvenation. This has helped to rejuvenate with the situation. Recuperation, renewal. This is a renewal, rebirth is what I'm getting. I have the Five of Pentacles, so there was ill health involved with this. Something happened. So the ending of this cross, the Yeshua and the ill health and the loss, his loss, his loss brought about. It was done out of love because I have the Two of Cups. Something he agreed to do when he came here. God said this was something he agreed to do out of love. So this was something that he did. He did that for us, is what I'm getting. So this was there is something to the X. It's to complete a timeline and move us into a growth into a new timeline is what the X was for. And then the Judgment card comes out. So yes, so a new beginning, a rebirth, a calling. So Jesus was called back to God, is what I got. And then from that point on, there was a rebirth of the timelines and rebirth of just the time. I keep getting the just a rebirth of humanity. Even though things have kind of been rough, but we're moving out of that. We're moving into a new phase. And I have the King of Cups. So it was telling me it's for balance, and this was the reason why that this happened. It had to bring balance back because the balance was off. There was a lot of shady things that happened. There was a lot of, but this was something that God was involved 100% in that whole scenario with Yeshua. So this is something that it tells me yes, that it's regarding all of your question, all three of those DHP, but it tells me it's also to bring a completion to something. Is why that the cross, when you turn it on its side, is an X. So it's to tell me there's a completion of it. So, and I get that that's what he did. It was a completion and a rebirth. It's a renewal. So hope that resonated with you, DHP, and thank you for the super chat. Does the human mind understand symbols better than it understands words? Can a high level being create a symbol, give it meaning, and then pass it on to the collective as activation codes? Let's find out. Does the human mind understand symbols better than it understands words? That's the first question. Does the human mind understand symbols better than it does words? That's what no. Sometimes it tells me sometimes maybe a symbol is a little easier than a word, because I have the four of swords. So it tells me maybe there's a lot of contemplation. Maybe when it comes to words, there's a lot of thinking that goes on. There's a lot of contemplation, but maybe with symbols, it's not as much. Then I have the five of pentacles. So it tells me that there's a lack of something. So it tells me maybe what we're lacking, maybe ill health, something along that line. It could be what we maybe how we understand things, how we perceive things. It's I feel like it has to do with our mindset and just our energy in general. I have the two of cups. So the two of cups also tells me like I also feel it's maybe how it's proposed to us with the two of cups, how it's proposed to us is a way if we connect with it. So I feel like how the information is presented is if it balances with us or not. So it tells me at times maybe number or words may be an easier trigger than a symbol. So I feel like basically it's how maybe we comprehend the energy that comes from it. Then I have the judgment card. So it tells me like there's what I get is when you're asking about these words, I feel like there's some type of trigger that comes along, and this trigger with that judgment card tells me that it's some type of our reckonings, like we recognize it. So it's how we recognize it. It's like it calls out to us. So it tells me at times maybe like symbols and words, depending on how it's presented, triggers something inside of our energetic bodies to emit a response. Because I have the Page of Cups. Yeah, it tells me it's creative in nature. It also tells me like intuitively, these are things, the energy that's exchanged intuitively. So something is presented. I keep getting the cups again. Something is presented. The energy, how it flows, how it's presented to us is how our spirit, mind, body interact with this symbol or word is how the energy is exchanged is what. So it tells me at times words may be a little higher than symbols, and it might be vice versa depending on how your energy interchanges with it. And I have that the Five of Cups holding in my reading. So tells me that maybe there's it could be based, like I said, if your energy is low, that certain energy will not affect you. Maybe symbol or word might affect you differently with that Five of Cups, because that could be half, the cup is half full and it could be half empty. So it tells me maybe disappointments and fears and loss. So it tells me how your energy is flowing. I feel at the time is the biggest part of this with all these questions. It's on the energy, as we talk about your energetic boundary. What you put out is what you receive, and what you receive in is what you put out. So it tells me how you're able to comprehend these things, even if it's shitty, even if the energy is not good and it comes to you, you're able to process that energy and send it back out is different than the energy that you received. So it tells me you're able to heal and exchange this energy. So I feel that you can. This is part of the collective consciousness. We're all tied to it. We're tied to the collective consciousness of these lights, these computer screens, the trees, the grass, the air, the sky, all the beings of light on the animals. We're all tied to a collective consciousness. We're all part of the one. That's the one. So that tells me that are able to do this through our manifestation. That comes back to the exchange of energy. So yes, a high level being could send things telepathically to someone, and you could send an image to somebody and they would understand it if it resonates with their energetic field. So it tells me that it's all upon your energy, how it is at the time, and how you perceive the symbols of words or however that symbol may be, depending on things. But you can manifest a word and send it out. That's what telepathic communication is going to be like moving forward. For some of you who may have it already, that's awesome. And then same thing with the symbols that you create. That's how we always have taught communication anyway. It's been through the interaction of words. So some people may not understand, pick up things right away because their energy isn't at that point to be able to do that. So that's where it boils down to. DHP is all on your energy, and what you perceive is what you're open to. And even the exchange, sometimes you need to process it and send it back out in different wave than what you received it, because energy is changing. It's never destroyed. So you just change the energy that you receive. So hope that resonated with the DHP, and hope that thank you for the super chat. Happy you are back. Last year I had a mushroom circle. Was this a portal? If so, who was it and why did they come? A mushroom circle, huh? Interesting. Sonia Hansel saw a mushroom circle. That mushroom circle at portal. And if it was a portal, who was it? Well, there's the full card, so there tells me that there was some type of journey that happened. 10 of Wands tells me like there was something that came. So they're telling you that you saw something. There was a completion of something with the 10 of Wands. Hard work went into it. And the Hermit card. So it tells me off worlders. Higher, man, these are divine beings. So this was brought to light for you. I feel like it was to show you that there's something going on spiritually. These are very evolved souls that were here, off worlders with the Hermit card. I have the 5 of Cups. That tells me, once again, maybe some fears going on at the time for you, maybe some loss or some of the things that you were worried about. They're telling me that was a way for them to say, hey, this is completion, this loss, this things that have been going on, this been completed, is why they showed you that. I have the Knight of Pentacles, so they're there. I don't know who this was, but they're watching over you. This is something they take responsibility for you. So it tells me, like, with the Knight of Pentacles, it's somebody who's truthful. They do this regularly. This is a routine of theirs. So this is someone that's been watching over you for some time with that Knight of Pentacles. And the Star card. So yes, very much so. It was a good omen. It was to tell you to remain hopeful. Tells you that things are moving along. That's a good spiritual omen. So it tells me that they wanted you to know that you're connected spiritually, and you're protected. So this is off world. This is old souls that were watching over you. These are guardians that showed you. That's why you saw what you saw. They manifested themselves. The Star card. There was illumination. They highlighted it for you to show you. Because I have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords to show you the energy that was exchanged. So it tells me that they're letting you know that they're protecting your energetic boundary. That's what the message are telling me with the Queen of Swords. So there is truth and there is clarity to that. So they're telling me you're going to have more clarity moving forward. They want to let you know that you're protected. Okay, they're there to fight for you. That's why you saw what you saw. And the Two of Swords. So things have been delayed. Okay, so they're telling me they've been watching over you for a long time. With the Two of Swords since you were a child, because I have the Page of Wands holding in my reading. So they tell me that you're going to be free. That's what they were telling you. You're going to be free. They're freeing you from the oppression. So that's what they were showing you. So a lot of you have been seeing these things, these UFOs, these portals, all that stuff. There's a reason why. It's to show you physical proof that this is a spiritual war that's going on and that the dark is being defeated. So that's what they're telling me, that they wanted you to know that there was something came to completion, a lot of hard work that went in. So that's why to complete that. So I wanted to show you that you're protected and all will be well. So I hope that resonated with you, Sonia, and thank you for the super chat. Do you see me turning a corner soon with my health? Finally off of Klonopin. Well, that's good because Klonopin is poison. If you can get off all medicines, that's good. Because all medicines are poison. All they do is, there's a reason why you're putting oils and petroleum in your body. That's why your body rejects all that stuff. All the medicine is made with oil. Think about that. Might as well just drink some gasoline right out of the pump, put in your body, and then your body's supposed to heal itself, huh? That's not going to happen. So I'm going to see. I'm going to see. All right, asking for more. She be turning the corner soon for her health, for the better. Need some thank you for your assistance. Well, Freebird's playing on my radio right now, so tell me you're going to be free. So I got the Nine of Swords. This is the first card that I pulled for you, which is sleepless nights, anxieties, and you worry a lot. So it tells me that's a lot of your problem is you're a worrier. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of anxieties. I feel like that's the reason why you take the Klonopin. And it also tells me that there's worry, depression. There's some things that you're going through your bodies. There's some trauma from your past. That's what they're telling me. There's despair. But I have the King of Cups next, so it tells me there's going to be I don't know if there's a male figure in life that's going to be is very supportive of yours. It tells me that you're also feel a lot of energy around you. You're very empathic. So it also tells me though that there's going to be some balance. This male energy around you is going to bring you some healing and very supportive of you. The Knight of Wands also tells me you're going to be inspired again. Okay, you've been fearless at times about trying things. So they're telling me they want you to remain fearless and to continue to put the energy towards improving, getting off of these poisons, and continue to push past this. That's what they're telling me, because you are going to make progress. I have the Eight of Cups next to, so you're going to walk away from something. So something is going to move along. It's going to transition, leaving behind the old. Okay, tells me you're going to start to see a change here. I feel with it, and I wish I could tell you tomorrow, but it tells me soon, in the near future, you're going to start to see some transition. Okay, you got to leave behind the old, is what they're telling me, because you're holding on to it. They're telling me you withdraw a lot of times, and when you withdraw to yourself is when you really start to have the anxieties and the sleepless nights and the worries. The Chariot. So there's going to be progress. You're going to see movement. Okay. So it tells me you're going to have clarity. And I feel like a transition for you, a move in your future is coming for you as well. So it tells me to be determined. A new direction is coming. You're going to maintain control. Things are going to start to pick up speed for you. Okay. So you got to leave behind the old. I know it's hard. You got to leave behind the old ways of you thinking when you retract back to yourself. They're telling me that's when you're the worst, is when you kind of you pull back. And when you pull back, your energy is locking up and you start to get more anxious and you start to get more anxiety, just fear and about what's going on. And your body starts to literally eat itself and kill itself, is what it's telling me, because the chemicals that you're putting out of your body, just your own chemicals, let alone the medicines that you're taking, they're telling me that's part of it. You're going to have some depart from that. So they said they want you to remain courageous, remain strong, because you're doubting. Ace of Swords is my result. So it tells me you're gonna have clarity and victory. Okay, you're gonna have a breakthrough. Okay, so it's coming for you. I feel within the next possibly 6 months, possibly, you'll start to see some better improvement. Okay, so because I have the Six of Wands holding up my reading, and I feel like within the next 6 months you're going to start to see some change. You're going to make progress. You're making progress now from where you were. They're telling me you're going to continue to make progress, but also tells me self confidence. Victory is coming. You will be successful. You are making progress, but you need to continue to be confident. So don't do something and then flip out and freak out and go back the other way and start doing the same thing you used to. They're telling me if you're going to do it, be confident in it and be fearless, because that's what spirit is guiding you to do. I'm not telling you what to do health wise, but what they're telling me to tell you is the things that you're doing, there's a reason why you're doing those things, and to stay with it. And don't second guess what you're doing, because spirit is leading you into this new journey. So lean on this supportive male of yours. I feel like he helps you stay strong as well. I don't know who this is. If it's a husband or a boyfriend or whoever, I feel like that person is very supportive of you. And then he's going to help you as well. So continue to progress. Release these things. This trauma from your past, you keep pulling it forward and you're holding on to it. You need to let it go. You're worried. You're constantly worried. They're telling me that's what this is. You're putting chemicals out into your body that is slowing your healing down. So you got to change. You have to align your spirit with your mind and your body, and then things will start to progress. Okay, Lauren? So you're going to see some progress. You are making progress already. You just want it to be fixed and be done. And it's happening. You're having setbacks because of the things that you keep pulling into your present from your past. So continue to manifest that you're healed. Let go of these things. You have to let go. They're telling me you have to let go. Because if you don't, that sickness is going to stay on you like white on rice. It's not going to let go of you. You have to release it. You have to release these things and stay confident in it. Okay. So hopefully that resonated with you, Lauren, and thank you for the super chat. Does Spirit have a message for me? Of course. Let's find out, Chuck. Queen of Pentacles is the first card I pull. So that tells me that you're nurturing yourself a little bit more. I know that that's a word that I keep using for the Queen of Pentacles. That's what I get for the Queen of Pentacles. That's a nurturing card. Nurturing yourself tells me you're being very practical in the things that you're doing as you move forward with your health, as well as the things that you're going to be okay financially. They're also telling me with that Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Swords tells me though that something is going to come to an end. Okay, so it tells me that maybe defeat of something. You're going to defeat something. I keep getting. You're going to defeat whatever's been going on with you. So I have the Six of Pentacles. So it tells me the Six of Pentacles, you're very generous. And the energy, like whatever's been going on, the exchange of things, I also feel like there's going to be something coming to you financially that's going to be very successful for you. And I feel though that you're going to be able to, you're going to be very generous. So it tells me there's going to be balance brought into your life because things are out of balance, and you're trying to bring them into balance. So it tells me there will be balance for you moving forward. The Nine of Wands. So you've had some tests of faith. You've had some tests of faith, and you will continue. They're telling me that you're weary about things. So it also tells me maybe gearing up for something maybe, and having negative thoughts at times, like pessimism. So it tells me you need to release that. You've already established your energetic boundary, Chuck. So telling me that you're okay, you're protected. You're almost at this. You're almost there. They're telling me with the Nine of Wands, you're almost there. Eight of Pentacles. So it tells me like maybe you're learning about yourself or learning a lot of things. Maybe you're educating yourself on health, on spirituality, whatever this is. It tells me you've been working on something or building something. So it tells me that you're going to gain some skill. You're going to gain some clarity, and you're going to start to master these things as you move forward. Okay, so whatever's been bothering you and out of balance, as I mentioned, that's going to come. Your balance will come to you. And I have the Page of Pentacles. So it tells me something is going to, you're manifesting something. So financial opportunity is going to come for you. Also tells me skills. As I mentioned, you're manifesting, you're going to develop skills, you're growing, you're learning. They're telling me this is something that they want you to do. You're manifesting, is what they keep telling me. You're developing. I have the Four of Swords, so they want you to renew. You're going to have some renewal in your future. You're going to have a resting phase. You're going to be recuperating. You're going to have a recuperation period in your future. And I feel like there's going to be, like I said, recuperation, renewal. And I feel like it's going to be in some type of healing bed that you're going to get. I'm not saying it's going to be a med bed, but I feel like you're going to have some healing in some type of, while you're laying down is what I keep getting. You're going to have that. And I have the Knight of Pentacles. So they're telling me you're gonna have a new routine in your future. Something that's different than it is now. Your routine is going to change. So it tells me that you're going to be very more productive in your future. It tells me that you're going to help. You're going to be able to help others, is what they're telling me. This is something that because you're going to take responsibility, and you have been taking responsibility, and you're very responsible. So tell me this is something that you're going to present for others. You're going to help. You're going to help others, is what I'm getting. Because I have the Knight of Swords holding up my reading. So it tells me taking action. You're going to be more mental sharp as you move forward. You're taking action, as I mentioned. This tells me that they're going to be picking up speed. So you're going to have a turning point in your future that's going to help you to start to gain momentum towards getting better. physically, and things are going to start to come into your alignment. I feel financially something is going to come to you that's going to be very beneficial for you. So hope that resonated with you, Chuck, and thank you for super chat. Is divine timing simply energy calibration, meaning divine timing can be any time as long as one adjusts his or her energy? If so, this has been misunderstood by many. Let's find out. Is divine timing simply energy calibration, meaning divine timing can be any time as long as one adjusts his or her energy? The divine timing based on one's own energy. I'm going to ask is divine timing anytime as if one adjusts his or her energy accordingly? See what we get. Divine timing anytime. Well, this man adjust the energy accordingly. Is that what divine timing is? Yes or no? So I got the Eight of Wands. So that tells me yes, and that's like as things are exchanged, they're going to start to flow. So it tells me that they're picking up speed and movement, manifestation, manifesting faster. So divine timing tells me that yes, we have that ability to manifest it quicker because I have the Seven of Wands next. So it tells me like maintaining control of that situation. So it tells me that this is a way of controlling the energy around. So it tells me that that's how this manifests. There's challenges involved with manifestation at times. Then I have the Four of Swords. So it tells me like revaluation or things are kind of moving along. So things are being revalued. So, or things maybe are, there's a lot of contemplation of energy or however you want to word it. So it tells me maybe there's some things as it is. And it tells me as people are, their energy is open to this situation. As I mentioned, that could be how fast we manifest this divine timing. So we do have an effect on the divine timing, it looks like. I have the devil card after that. So it also tells me if there's toxic energy involved with this or some type of attachment involved with this, also slows it down. Also tells me shadow work. So it tells me that your shadow self and the lower frequency energies around you and your even your own lower self at times can have a lot to do with this manifestation. It also tells me that the dark can also have a kick into this manifestation as well. So it tells me that the dark will slow it down because they don't want these things to happen on a regular basis or as quickly as we can manifest because we're special. So the dark and the energy has something to do with this too. There's something holding it back. It's chained. We're chained right now, is what I'm getting, or we were chained. But it tells me that we're expanding. So it tells me that this is something like rapid expansion with the Three of Wands. So it tells me this is something that's growing. It's going to evolve even more. So it tells me part of our evolution is to move past this old not manifesting things quickly. So it tells me we're going to make progress and we're going to expand the energy. The Six of Cups. So it tells me the Six of Cups manifesting something, a gift. This is gifts from God. So it tells me we've had these abilities since we were young, many, many, many lifetimes ago. Something since it was given to us from the Creator with the Six of Cups. The Tower card, but it's been disrupted. Things have been disrupted with our abilities because of what's going on. But there's going to be sudden change in the future with this. There's going to be release and revelation is what I'm getting. And the Strength card. So we have a lot of great strengths inside of us that are going to come out. So it tells me it was divine love, and it's something that we have to do from a good place in our hearts of love, and we exchange this. So it tells me in the future there's going to be something revealed, disruptive, but it's going to be for the better, and it's going to bring us good strength, harmony, and love. And I have the Nine of Swords, so it tells me that that's holding in my reading that there's been sleepless nights. That's what's holding things back, is manifesting things quicker, is the fear, the anxieties, the sleepless nights, the nightmares. Those are things that the dark has had a part of as well. And I feel like that's why the manifestation is, we have a huge part of manifesting anytime, depending on how high our level of is frequency at the time and the vibration we put out. But there's also environmental factors around that kind of hold things back as well. But that's going to change. That's going to be disrupted in the future, and that's going to release something. That's going to be a release, and a sudden change is going to move into a beautiful new future for us. So hope that resonated with you, DHP, and thank you for the super chat. My star family is still visiting me every night. There are clear skies. What is their message for me? Well, let's find out. I told you they were going to start visiting you more, though, Vanessa. I said they're going to start to do this more frequently for you because you're opening to that. I remember this these questions from, or at least one question from you from before. I usually don't remember my readings, but this one was telling me. I remember you asked me about this before. So let's see. That's a star family. He's just star family. He's visiting her. Her message you had for her. One card flew out. So one card flew out of my deck. Yeah, it was the Queen of Cups. So your intuitiveness is increasing. Okay. So they're also telling me that there's healing when they come to you. There's healing that's done, believe it or not. And it also tells me that there's they do this to help nurture you, help kind of keep you calm and kind of let you know that things are going to be okay. I have the Ace of Swords. So yes, they do. They actually give you downloads too. You may not understand them now, but they're giving you energy exchange. They're also telling you that there's, I keep getting new ideas, breakthroughs, things like that. So I feel like this is the reason why they keep coming to you regularly, because you're having breakthroughs. That's what they're telling me. And the Ace of Wands. So yeah, it's for inspiration. So they're telling me that there's opportunity. They're telling you that this is something that there's a new opportunity is coming. Expansion. This is expansion time for you. You have a lot of potential. They're telling me with the Four of Pentacles next that you're secure. You're okay. Things are going to be okay. It's what I keep getting, security. So it tells me that they're watching your security. They watch over you is what I'm getting. And the star card. So yeah, you asked about your star family. Star card came out. So they're telling you that they're telling you it's a good omen. So when you see these things, hopefully it brings you calm, and you are getting downloads. So they're telling me they're illuminating these things for you. They're coming to you regularly to show you they want you to remain calm, to remain hopeful. That's the biggest message they're kind of telling you right now. Because the Queen of Cups tells me healing, nurturing. This is something that they do for you to remain calm. And the Queen of Swords. So yes. So they're telling me that they're also telling me that you're working with the energy. That's why you keep seeing them, is because your energy is interacting. So it tells me energetic. I keep getting energetic boundary. So their energy is within your boundary, and they keep manifesting themselves. And it's also to bring you, maybe when you have questions about things, I feel like they manifest themselves so they bring you clarity. I know they do. They bring you downloads. They bring you things that you may not understand now, but you're getting those downloads. They're there to help you. So they're helping you grow. So the Two of Swords, so it tells me they've been doing this for a while. This is something they've been doing. But it also tells me maybe things that you've been waiting for, or things that you've been waiting for manifesting, that they're going to start. They're going to pick up speed, because it tells me that they've been waiting. They've been waiting for the decisions that you've been making is what's caused these things to continue to appear. And I have the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, it tells me very much so that you're okay. I see a family, star family. You're okay. You're going to be financially solid. The legacy that is going to be left behind is going to be beautiful for the others that are coming after you. So they're telling me that this is very much your star family that is there. And I have the Three of Wands holding up my reading. So it tells me to let you know this is part of the expansion. You keep planning these things, keep progressing. They're showing you that they're making progress, and this is what they're showing you. So this is telling me that this is going to start to happen more and more, and it's part of the growth. So continue to. They're just saying everything is being okay. To trust, what you're seeing, because they are coming to you regularly for a reason, because you're in an energy place to be able to accept that energy and those downloads. So hope that resonated with you, Vanessa, and thank you for the super chat. Welcome back, Jason. Can you do a general look for near future, please? Outlook, rebook. Okay, sure. So Seven of Pentacles comes out. So something you're investing in yourself, it tells me. So you're planting seeds, and they want you continue to persevere and be diligent, they're telling me in this. It's because you're going to have long-term success. But I have the Seven of Cups next. So there's choices. Maybe you're daydreaming about some things. Maybe these are things that are coming. Like I keep getting illusions. I keep getting things that you maybe pop into your head. There's a reason why. So it tells me that there's a purpose. You're to tell me also that you're searching for a purpose. But the Three of Cups tells me celebration. Okay. So it tells me you're supported. You have people around you that are helping you. You're going to work as a team moving forward. When you're asking about your book, I feel like there's going to be a collaboration that's going to move forward with this situation. And they tell me you're going to have happiness. You're going to be very creative. Your creative juices are going to flow. If they already have started, they told me. The Magician card comes out. So they tell me that you're creating something. So keep continuing to create that. You're taking action. They're also telling me they need to have confidence in yourself. You have all the tools in the toolbox. You're telling me with the Magician card, okay? So it tells me you're going to have clarity moving forward, okay? Also tells me like your willpower. You're going to have tests. This is a test of your willpower to see if you're going to continue on the journey that you've been put on. So they want you to stand firm and remain strong. The Page of Swords. So I feel like there's a lot of racing thoughts at times, or a lot of thoughts that you get. I feel like you've had a new way of thinking lately with that Page of Swords. So it tells me that you're able to communicate. So you're going to be able to communicate differently and put this information that you have on the paper. So it tells me there's going to be some clarity. And I feel like this is a gift you've always had since you were younger. I keep getting you get new ideas all the time. These are things that are just popping into your head. There's a reason. The King of Wands comes up. So it tells me you're going to overcome obstacles. Tells me that you're a leader. So it tells me to stand strong and be very practical in what you're doing. Also tells me, though, that you're going to overcome obstacles, and that to continue to just um, remain strong. Okay. It tells me you're protected. That's what they want you to know, that you're protected, and that you're going to overcome these things that you've been working through. And I feel like you're going to have a focused career on this moving forward. You're going to develop whatever you're doing. You're going to develop this long term, and it's something you're going to do. And I feel like you're going to be very good. I have the King of Swords, so it tells me there's going to be some. You're going to have clarity. Maybe there's some racing thoughts and things in your mind. You're going to have clarity moving forward. Also tells me, though, that you're a thinker. So sometimes the thinking can maybe get in the way at times a little bit too much, and we need to kind of feel and go and trust yourself, because they tell me you don't trust yourself enough with the situation. But the Empress card also tells me you're going to be financially secure, and I just saw a huge halo right now in front of me. So you're going to be very big white halo. So you're going to have very, very, very good success. It tells me that you're going to be able to be practical in these things. It tells me this is an exchange, just you're evolving. This is part of your evolution. But it also tells me they want you to nurture yourself, and the fruits of your labor will come to fruition if you are persistent and you stay with it. They're telling me sometimes that you kind of get distracted and you don't follow through. This is the time for you to stay on that path. That's that King of Wands. Stand strong, stay focused, and be practical in what you're doing. The Queen of Cups tells me, though, that this is a good thing for you. You're nurturing yourself. You're learning about yourself. You're also going to help others heal through your interactions. So continue to do that because you're healing yourself and you're helping others. So you're telling me that's a big thing for you. Your future is leading that way. So you got to stay persistent, Chrissy. Tells me don't start something and then don't finish it. If you've had a history of that, they're telling me that this is something you need to stick with. And you're going to see the results of what you've been putting in. So hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat. Will I start to see my star family once I bring out my new telescope? Ooh, interesting. I think I'm going to pull out my ancestor cards and see what they say. The dentist begin to start to see his star family. Let's see, hold on a new telescope. It'd be funny if the Stargazer card came out. So She-Wolf. So that's when when you're asking about your telescope, the She-Wolf card has a moon. So when you're out looking at the moon or out in the sky, it tells me that you're going to see things. So things are going to kind of be unleashed. That tells me you're going to start to see things. But you're going to see things from an inner perspective as well. So you're not just going to see them visually, you're going to feel something when you start to see them. I knew he was going to make an appearance. I knew it. So Jesus popped in, or Yeshua. So I knew he was popping in on this conversation. So he's telling me you're going to learn a lot. You're going to have spiritual family. They're going to start to teach you things intuitively. They're going to start to pick them up. But also tells me that you're going to be able to use these to help teach others. This is part of what you're here to do. And the trader, so an energy exchange. So that tells me there's going to be an exchange of energy. You're going to get downloads. You're going to exchange energies, is what they're telling me. So this is going to happen for you. I see that this is something that in traders, so they come and go. So they're going to come and go is what you're going to see. And I have the medicine mother. So that tells me the medicine mother is you'll know, like you'll get downloads. Go outside and look out at the sky with your telescope. I feel like you're going to know because I feel like star family, this medicine mother, literally what that card was, is you're going to get download. They're going to say, hey, go outside. That's what happened to me with my times of looking at the moon and my times looking at the sun and finding the UFOs and things. I was literally told, go outside and look up at the sky, at the star, or at the moon, at the sun. And I feel like you're going to kind of get something similar to that. I feel like you're going to get into, you're just going to know to go outside and look. I have the eagle. So yeah, you're going to see things from a higher perspective. So you're going to see things literally from a higher perspective. You're going to see them up, but you're also going to understand things from a different perspective that the energy exchanges I mentioned. So you will start to see them for sure. And the peacekeeper. So it tells me like, you're gonna know. So it tells me that peacekeeper also tells me that you're gonna be in a good place spiritually. So it tells me like they're coming here. You're gonna see them, and you're gonna feel very peaceful. You're gonna understand. You're gonna know. They're telling me they're gonna know. They're gonna send you love, and they're gonna let you know we're here to help protect you, and you're gonna see them. We're here as peacekeepers. And the high priestess, that comes back to trusting. You're gonna know. You're just gonna know. Tells me divine knowledge is going to be exchanged from your star family. So it tells me though that this is subconsciously you're just going to know to go outside and look, and you're going to start to get these downloads, and they're going to pick up pace. It also tells me trust what you feel, even if it doesn't make sense. Just to start to trust, because you're going to start to develop that relationship, that divine connection. They're telling me the Hermit card. So after you do this, they're telling me either before or after. Maybe you're doing a meditation, something along that line. It tells me is when you're going to know afterwards. I feel like after you're going to have to take some time to process it. So after you see them is the time to maybe quiet the mind and see and just kind of try to meditate a little bit if you can. They're telling me because then the energy will start to, it'll start to feel more connected. They're telling me at first you might be like in wow and awe, but then they're telling me the more right after you're done, your intuition, either before you go outside, you'll know, maybe during a meditation, go outside, or maybe afterwards, they're telling me maybe you quiet the mind a little bit more, and this some of these things that you'll start to feel and understand a little bit more about their purpose. So they're telling me that you absolutely will. And Yeshua, I feel, is in this situation for you. I know it. I knew he was going to take a pop up. So hope that resonated with you, Dennis, and thank you for the super chat. Will the WEF succeed in making each government worldwide ration food, water, gas? I think I know the answer to that question, but we'll see. Will the World Economic Forum be successful in making each government worldwide ration food, water, and gas? Yes or no? I got the Ten of Swords. That's a no. So they're going to be defeated. That will be defeated. Then I have the Sun card. So they've been defeated. So it tells me there's going to be some type of renewal, some type of all is well moving forward. Six of Wands. So there's going to be public recognition. There's going to be victory. So it tells me something's going to be brought out into the public about their defeat before that happens. I have the Eight of Pentacles. So something they've been working on for a while. This is something that's been worked on. They've been very diligent about the situation. I have the Knight of Cups, so a knight in shining armor is coming. Something is going to be brought to us. A message is going to be brought to us in the future. And it's going to tell us the defeat of what happened, the betrayal, the backstabbing that happened in the past. And it's going to be regarding children too. And the Wheel of Fortune. So this, whatever's proposed to us is going to be a turning point. And it's going to be for the better. It tells me we're going to complete a cycle. Also tells me that these ups and downs we've had, it's burned for a reason. So it tells me a turning point will happen and a new direction will be moving into the better. And it's going to be a completion of a karmic cycle that needs to happen. And the Ace of Pentacles. So it tells me that there's going to be something new. Something abundant is coming. It's a gift from God and the divine. It's something that's been worked on. So it's going to come to completion. And it tells me that this is something that's prosperity is coming for people. And I have the Knight of Wands holding on my reading. So it tells me the military will be involved. Also tells me that all these things that have been going on, they've been fighting for it in the background. And I feel like that's what we're going to find out before this even happens, that this is their backstabbing and betrayal is done. That's done in the past. It's been defeated already. So it tells me that you may see some of it in some parts, but I feel like there will be intervention at that point. And I feel like that's where that stuff's going to come. So it tells me they will not be successful. That they've already been defeated in the past. Hope that resonated with you, Chrissy, and thank you for the super chat. I like for the cards to give me a deep scan, both spiritually and physically. Go easy on me. It's not me, man. I just read what I get. So I'm going to see what we get. Asking. I got the 10 of Cups first. So it tells me you're divinely loved. It tells me there's harmony coming, okay? It tells me that you're loved and supported by the divine. Also tells me your family situation will be content, is what they're telling me. So there's something that you've been manifesting or wanting to manifest or come true for you, it will come. I have the Four of Cups. So they're telling me that you are disconnected at times. But it also tells me, though, you feel great apathy for what's going on. But it also tells me that you've been trying to meditate more. You've been working on this. So they're telling me that you've been reevaluating things. But you've also been disconnected at times, is when I feel you really do your reevaluation, is when you feel disconnected from something. You start thinking about it, you start trying to understand it. And I feel like that's what they're telling me, that you're starting to come into alignment through your quieting of your mind. The King of Pentacles. So it tells me you're going to be prosperous. Tells me that the things you've been working on, yourself, you're investing in yourself, is going to pay off. So it tells me also financially you're going to be okay. It also tells me you've been more disciplined than you've been in your past. That's what they're telling me. The discipline you've been showing is going to manifest for you. I have the 10 of Wands. So it tells me you're going to complete something, but it tells me there's been a lot of hard work and there will be a lot more hard work for you. There's a lot of burdens that you're going to find energetically. They're telling me you have to let these things go because you've been holding on to some things, they're telling me. But you are going to complete that. You are going to have extra responsibilities moving forward. The Five of Pentacles comes out. So it tells me at times there's fears, there's insecurities, there's uh there's the lack of mindset at times is what I'm getting from you. So tell me that the lack mindset sometimes can bring more ill health, can bring maybe some doubts, some insecurities inside is what I'm getting. And also financially, they're telling me. But the Two of Cups tells me, though, that connect with your higher self and your spiritual guides. They're telling me a connection. Because when you do that, the two energies become stronger. Okay. So it also tells me, though, that there's going to be unification. You're attracting the energies. As I mentioned to others, what you put out is what you're receiving. So you're telling me that's exactly what you're doing. So some type of partnership in your future will also be very beneficial for you. I have the Fool card. So there's going to be opportunities for you. Abundance is coming. Tells me this is part of your journey. So you're going to go on a new path. And they want you to have trust in life again because I feel at times you haven't trusted. They're telling me you're going to do that. So it tells me, though, you're going to have pleasure in your future. Okay. So in an adventure, the Queen of Cups. So it tells me keep working, keep nurturing yourself, keep building yourself, keep healing yourself. They're telling me that this is something that you're doing because you're exchanging energy. So remain calm. That's what they keep telling me. Remain calm because I feel like you get a little out of sorts maybe at times. They're telling me to remain calm because I have the Devil card holding up my reading, the whole thing. So there's some toxic energy that you need to let go of. There's also something that's holding you back. So there's some shadow work that you are working on. They're telling me that that's maybe the burden that you're holding on to, and these things that you kind of got to let go of. So they're telling me there's some things about trust. There's some toxic energy possibly around you that, and maybe even your own at times, that you need to kind of let go of. So they're telling me that you need to just kind of let go of these, break those chains because you're holding yourself back. And you're allowing this energy, this lower energy at times that you attract or is around you. You let it kind of control your mind and your thoughts at times. I keep getting. So tell me you're getting better at this. Release this burden. You're almost holding on to it. There's some things you're just literally holding on to, and it's holding you back. At the same time, but you're holding on to it, and it's holding on to you. So it's like a relationship that you need to let go of, something that needs to do that. So it tells me that this is part of your growth. You will get past it because tens are ending. So you are going to complete this, but it tells me that you need to let go of these things you've been holding on to because that's held your energy back a little bit. So hopefully that resonated with you, DHP, and thank you for the super chat. What should I be doing to raise my frequency? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm way behind the chat. All right. What should I be doing to raise my frequency? Happy times. Happy times be doing. So I get the Eight of Wands first. So it tells me it's taking action. Okay. So it tells me like um, taking action to the things that you want. So it tells me like manifesting, tells me like working on like the things that you think, the things that you do, the energy that you flow with. That tells me that this is something they want you that you can how you raise your frequency. So it tells me like with the Page of Pentacles, it's your desire, and it's your desire is what manifests these things. It's what brings it into your reality. So it tells me the skill that you're going to develop this based on your ambition. So it tells me like you're going to manifest things quicker based on your desire, based on where your energy is. So if you are starting off from a place of doubt and lack mindset, then you're gonna bring that into your reality. But if you are constantly just putting the energy out and exchanging the energy of abundance, it's already happened. It's manifesting. It's your desire, and your desire all the way till the end. You keep keeping that pushing forward. That's how you raise your frequency, because it's all about how diligent you are and your desire to do it. I have the Nine of Swords, so it tells me maybe there's some anxieties, there's fears, there's sleepless nights at times, there's nightmares. So it tells me possibly there's a lot of doubts. There's some things that race around in your mind. You're telling me that's something that raising your frequency. You have to let go of these things. It tells me hopelessness at times. He says sometimes you feel hopeless. You need to let go. There's no reason to. Because I have the King of Cups. So it tells me maintaining control of your energy and your emotions. That's how you raise your frequency. So your triggers, the things that bother you. They tell me with that King of Cups, that's a emotional balance and supportive. Also tells me once again that's being diplomatic, maybe changing a little bit the way you think, even the energy that you receive and how you put it back out. There's a lot of things that come into play with this, and having compassion for yourself. They're telling me that you're hard on yourself, so you need to have some compassion for yourself at times. And this is something like you're going to work on this balance. This is something you're working on. And also tell me with the Knight of Cups, that's emotional card again. It tells me following your heart. So that's what it tells me. It starts from your heart. So it tells me when you're Knight of Cups, it tells me like what you propose, that's the energy. Following your heart, what you propose to the universe is what you get. So it tells me that's how you raise your frequency, is following your heart and trust. The Wheel of Fortune. So there's ups and downs, they're telling me. So there's inevitable things. Things are going to change for the better for you. So it tells me, though, that there's some karmic cycles that you need to complete. There needs to be some turning points for you. It means you need to turn the corner from these things you need to let go of. So it tells me, like, if there's things that you keep having these sleepless nights or these anxieties about, this hopelessness, maybe despair, whatever the situation is, maybe some news that you've read or received, something along that line, you're telling me you need to kind of process it. You need to let it go. You need to release it. I know it's hard for a lot of people, but you need to make it a routine of yours, because the more you do that, the more your alignment and your frequencies change, and you manifest quicker based on that. And I got the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, so it tells me that you're going to be able to do this. Tells me that you're going to manifest things quicker. It also tells me it's a gift is coming to you from the divine. So it also tells me like abundance, prosperity. So it tells me as you are able to do this, you're going to manifest this, and the divine will help intervene as your energy is exchanged and open to that from your free will of asking for these abundance, and continue. We get to the point where like, why keep asking, and God will and the universe will continue to provide the abundance if you're open to the abundance and the energy that's it's coming with it. So they're telling me that that's something you have to do as a routine. Continue, it's your intention. It starts following your heart. So you got to release these doubts and these fears and this despair and this hopelessness at times, because it tells me there's a lot going on for you with the Ten of Wands holding up my reading. So it tells me that once again, that's like DHP I just said. There's some things you need to let go of. There's a lot of burdens you are going to let go of. You've already completed them. You're just holding on to them. It's already done. You've completed it. So it tells me you need to let go of this, the extra responsibilities, a lot of things on your plate. You need to kind of let them go. Start to let them go. The things aren't important to you, as important. And tell me, let it go. Just start letting these things, let these sticks that you've been holding on to, let them go because it's already done and completed. You just keep holding on to it for something. So let it go and all will be well. So hopefully that resonated with you. Happy times. And thank you for the super chat. Welcome back, Jason. What message does Spirit have for me? Light and love to you. Let me pull my angel cards and see what they got. All right. Message you have for your message. And you like to tell. Please encourage you for your system. I got the Ace of Earth or Ace of Pentacles. There's something you're manifesting as well. So it tells me you have an inflow of abundance coming, okay? So it also tells me that there's something like decisions you've made in your past, they're going to come to fruition for you. They're going to work out in your benefit. I have the Magician card. Once again, that comes back to you're manifesting these things. It tells me all you have to remain confident, okay? So it tells me like you're going to have clarity on these things that you maybe have had some concerns about because you manifested them from your past with an Ace of Earth. Then I have the Nine of Earth. That's a beautiful card, Nine of Pentacles. So it tells me the fruits of your labor. It tells me you're gonna have these things come to fruition for you. You're gonna be financially secure. Also tells me that these things that you've been manifesting from your past are coming to fruition. I have the Queen of Cups, so you're healing. So there's some healing going on. There is some healing. So you're nurturing something or someone. I feel like this is a big part of why these things are going to come. There's healing coming involved, not only for him, for the. I keep feeling whoever you're helping, but also I feel like you're going to have some healing. I feel like there's healing. There's something going on. There's an exchange of something. It tells me that beautiful fulfillment. As I mentioned, I keep seeing fulfillment for you. It's coming. It's here. You know, also because trust. I want you to trust what you've been doing is going to work out. Relationships are developing. They keep telling me a relationship is going to develop even better. It's going to grow. I have the Knight of Water. So once again, it comes back to you know, falling in love. Tells me also following your heart with that Knight of Water, the Knight of Cups. Also tells me maybe a knight in shining armor. Someone's going to maybe come into your life in your future. That's I feel like it's going to be very, very good. You're going to be invited somewhere. I feel maybe an invitation somewhere in your future is what I'm getting. And I have the King of Earth, so or the King of Pentacles. So tells me successful financially. You're going to be secure. You made good investments. Also tells me like you're going to have opportunities in the future. Things are going to come to you. You're going to have you're going to be awarded opportunities. And then I have the Five of Earth. So it tells me there's fears regarding money for you, or you have fears about your money in your future. So it tells me like uncertain. You're uncertain about some things. So it tells me though that that's going to be an obstacle you're going to overcome. Because I have the King of Air. So it tells me there's going to be truth and clarity that comes with this. Tells me you're a thinker. You think too much. So, but also tells me like there's balance going to come, as I mentioned. Okay, and mental clarity. And then the Star card. So it tells me remain hopeful, remain calm. Tells me a good omen. Okay, tells me things are being illuminated for you, and they will. They're going to have a spotlight on you. Okay, so there's a reason why that these things are going on for you. And it tells me with the Eight of Water holding up my reading that there's going to be some walking away from something, leaving behind the old, fear of disappointments, things like that. You got to let those things go. Fear of being disappointed because that's why things are being illuminated for you right now. But it tells me though that you're manifesting. You're going to be okay financially. You're going to be solid in your future, and that things are going to work. You're going to develop some relationships. If there's been some relationship issues with people around you, you're going to start to develop them a little bit more for positive in the future. And I also feel maybe there's somebody coming into your future that will be beneficial for you. So hope that that resonated with you. You are my sunshine, and thank you for the super chat. Jason, can you give Russ Kaiser a general reading? Sure. Let's see what we get. Russ Kaiser. I got the Six of Wands for Russ. So you're making progress. So if there's something you've been waiting for, you're going to be brought. It's going to be brought out into the light. Okay, it's going to be. You're going to be open. It's going to be brought up. And it's going to be victorious for you. So something in your past that tells me that you want you to remain confident in yourself. I have the Ace of Swords, so there's going to be some breakthroughs for you. Clarity, victory is what I'm getting. Okay, success, new ideas, things are going to flow for you. I keep getting in that same. I'm telling you, the aces have been together tonight. Ace of Wands coming out, so it tells me you're going to be inspired. A new opportunity is coming for you. Okay, so it tells me this: you're going to have an urge to create something, and I feel like this is a new beginning for you. A new opportunity as part of your growth is going to come for you. And I have the Four of Pentacles, so it tells me that it's going to be something financial. You're going to be secure. Okay, so it also tells me though that maybe at times that um, that I don't know about, if not frugal is not the word I'm looking, but maybe like your the scarcity mindset is what I'm kind of getting. But I have the Knight of Swords, so it tells me you're very ambitious and you're taking action. So it tells me you're going to take some action in your future. You're going to defend your beliefs, but also tells me you're going to be very quick thinking. So whatever is kind of been bothering you, I feel like you're going to get some clarity and you're going to start to be very quick thinking in these things. And you're going to be driven to success. They're telling me you're driven to success. Then I have the Judgment card, so there's going to be renewal for you, a rebirth, a calling. You're going to have an awakening. It tells me, and it tells me that there's going to be some type of redemption for you. If there's something you've been working on from your past, it looks like you're making progress, and it may be something to do financially, something along that, like saving money, security. I feel like that you're going to make progress. There's going to be some type of revaluation. It also tells me that you're going to be very ambitious with the things that you're doing. I have the Eight of Pentacles. So it tells me you're working on something, you're mastering these things, you're learning. So it tells me repetitive tasks. So I don't know if there's something you've been doing for some time, or you're going to start to learn these repetitive tasks that you're going to become very skillful at. And it tells me like you're like an apprentice or something like that, skillful. But I have the Nine of Cups, so it tells me contentment. Your wish will come true. Tells me you're gonna be financially okay. Tells me you're going to be content. And I feel like this is something, stability is coming for you. You've been contemplating a lot, is what I'm getting. The Two of Wands, so making progress. Keep planning these things. You're going to make a trip in your future. There's going to be travel plans. If you haven't already, they're going to be traveling. So it tells me you're going to be leaving home. So it tells me to start making plans, You're making progress in this, and this is part of your expansion for you. And the Six of Cups tells me like there's something coming to you, and I feel like this is something that's um, they want you to find joy, just like when you were a child, just like when you're young. Just find those happy memories. Focus on these happy memories. Focus on what you want, and the love and the joy that you had when you were young. And they're telling me use that same energy to progress your current situation. It looks like you're going to be great. You're making great progress. It tells me. So they also want you to remain confident, because I feel like your confidence at times is not where it needs to be, because you're shaken at times. So it tells me maybe that's something is coming for you. Something is coming to you in your future that is going to be very, very good. And I feel like it's going to help. It's going to be brought out publicly. Something is going to be brought up, or it's going to be you're going to be recognized. And I feel like that's something that's you've been manifesting for some time now. So Hope that resonated with you, Russ, and thank you for the super chat. And thank you, Moose, for paying for the super chat. Do you see me doing anything special in the future? Rural country. I have the hangman first. So that tells me that you need to look at things from a different perspective. Okay. So there's some release that needs to happen. So it tells me maybe some insight that you're growing right now. Okay. So I feel like you're going to look at things. It also tells me surrender. Just surrender this stuff to God and the universe and trust. Because it tells me you're being enlightened. Okay. I have the Ace of Cups. So there tells me you're going to do something, very much so. I feel like there's going to be you're going to do something with love. I feel like things are going to flow for you in the future. So it tells me you're going to be very creative in what you're doing. Something new that you don't do now, you're going to do in your future. And I have the Nine of Cups after that. So after the Ace of Cups, it tells me you're going to be content. You're going to have luxury. It tells me you're going to be very, very content in what you're doing. Okay. And your wish will come true. So it tells me that what you wish and you manifest is what your wish will come true. And the Two of Wands. So you're going to be traveling. And I feel like this is part of your expansion once again. So it tells me that this is progress that you're making, and you are going to continue to make this progress with the plans that you make, the decisions. I have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords tells me like victim mentality at times, a prisoner of your own mind. You hold yourself back. You're telling me you're holding yourself back energetically, okay? I have the Four of Swords after that. So it tells me like contemplation, tells me some type of rest and renewal is coming, okay? So it tells me a retreat. So it tells me some type of retreat and some renewal is happening in your future. And then the Ace of Swords. So it tells you with this renewal that you're going to be sharp minded, okay? So it tells me you're going to have breakthroughs, okay, and mental clarity in these things that you're having doubts about now. So it tells me in the future you're going to have that. You're going to be very successful in the things that you're doing in your future, okay? So it tells me that there's some contemplation that needs to happen. There's some revaluation needs to happen during quiet time and spirituality time for you, because I feel like that's when your renewal is going to happen and you're going to start to get the clarity on how you should proceed. Because I have the Ace of Wands again. So it tells me inspiration, new opportunity is coming, okay? So you're going to get new ideas. You have potential, a lot of potential. There's going to be a new beginning for you and as part of your growth. The Eight of Wands, holding up my reading, is telling me like you're going to start to manifest things quicker by doing that, okay? So it tells me like there's going to be a lot of exchange of energies in what you're going to do in the future, okay? But you're going to manifest very quickly. So right now they're telling me like this is part of your awakening with the hangman. So seeing things from a different perspective. So they're telling me that your self-sacrifices that you've done are going to pay off for you in the future, okay? So it tells me you're going to start to get these things moving forward once you start to look at things from a different perspective. So tell me that that's part of your renewal, part of your recuperation. With that Four of Swords, part of that contemplation, that quiet time at times to kind of quiet the mind and align it with the spirit and the body. So tell me that's when you're going to get your biggest breakthroughs, world country. And you're going to know, I know that sounds pretty generic, but it's true. You're going to know because you're going to see things from a different perspective. You're going to know, you're going to be led from spirit because you're going to get out of your own way. So there's going to be some big things for you. You're making progress right now. So once you get these downloads and these ideas, from that point on, you continue to manifest because you'll know that that feels right for you. You're going to be very content, like with that Nine of Cups. You're going to be very content in what you're doing. So you're just going to know, and it's going to feel right, and you're going to be right in your niche. So I hope they resonated with your real country, and thank you for the super chat. 244. Hi, Jason. Great to see you. I'd like to know if there are any messages from Spirit for me today. Yeah, I'll read for you, but that's cool. Let me see if there's any more. Please, no more super chats. Trying to get done with this. Terror Destroyer. Look at that. First time back. That goon is back. Wow. That Terror Destroyer comes on my channel every time I come on, man. There's something wrong with that thing. All right, let me see. I'm toward the bottom here. Okay, or my chat just went away. What is the deal with my chat? Okay. Donna Tierney. I got the Three of Swords, so there's telling me that there's some type of something from your in your past, some type of heartache, some type of anxiety, some type of heartbreak. They're telling me loss. I have the Queen of Wands, so it tells me though they want you to remain focused. Okay, they want you to find that zest for life again. Okay, that joy. They also tell me they want you to remain determined. Okay, and you're going to find that independence. So they want you to stand on your own again, your own 2 feet. Find that strength, that courage, and remain confident. The world card. So you're going to complete something, okay? So it tells me there's an attainment for you, there's fulfillment. Also tells me like there's going to be celebration in your life moving forward. I have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords tells me there's some conflict. So it tells me maybe mental conflict or maybe some things that are conflicting that you're hearing or there's been spoken. But also tells me that there's something that you're going to overcome this. The fives are temporary. I have the devil card. So it tells me the devil card, possibly there's some shadow work you need to do. Maybe some toxic energy you need to let go of. So there's telling me that maybe at times even a little destructive behavior. Not saying you harm yourself or anything like that, but I mean is maybe you're a prisoner of your own mind at times. That self-doubt. That's a destructive behavior. They're telling me there's something you need to let go of. Attachment. I have the Five of Pentacles. So it tells me there's some fears, there's some loss. It tells me insecurity. It also tells me a lack of mindset is what maybe this is, insecurities. And I have the Two of Cups. So it tells me it could be maybe there's some fears about a relationship maybe you're in or something along that line. But I feel in the future you're going to have balance with this. And I feel like there's going to be harmony with that Two of Cups. So it tells me that this is maybe a partnership. Maybe if there's been some type of disruption from your past regarding a relationship, I feel like there's going to be fulfillment and attainment for that. And I have the Empress card after that. So it tells me the fruits of your labor. It tells me that you're going to be abundant. It also tells me you need to nurture yourself. I don't know if you're a parent, but it tells me you have very good energy for being a parent. And you're very nurturing. So it tells me this is part of your evolution with the Empress card. This is part of your growth, and you are growing. They're telling me you're evolving. You're going to be accomplished. They're telling me moving forward. The Death card. So it tells me something has got to come to an end. Okay, so the Death card doesn't mean literal death. It just means something is changing. It's metamorphosizing. It's ending of one and going into something new. So it tells me you have to end this. That's what I told you with that if it's a relationship of yours or toxic energy, something along the line, this has to come to an end. And it will. There's going to be change coming for this, okay? This is part of a cycle that you're going to complete. And then the Four of Wands. So there's going to be celebration and a homecoming of sort. There's going to be joy. Tells me contentment, okay? And the Lover's card. So there's going to be beautiful relationship, I feel, with you. If there's something that you've had a problem with relationships in the past, I feel like there's going to be someone that's in your life that's a twin flame or something that's going to complete you very well. And the choices you make is the energies that you've had come to you. That's what they're telling me. But these choices you're going to make in the future are going to benefit you better. And you're growing from this. This, as I mentioned, the Empress card, you're evolving. But it tells me the Devil card, there's some attachment that you need to let go of. And you need some shadow work. There's some things that you're holding on to. You're a prisoner of yourself. They're telling me you need to break free from those chains. So I'm not exactly sure what that means at this time, but it tells me that there's some toxic energy that you need to let go of. And then once you do that, that's just going to flow to you. Okay. So I hope that resonated with you. Donna, I don't even see your super chat anymore. Thank you for card pull for me. Love the messages and advice. No worries. Happy times. I'm glad that resonated with you. I'm going to look. Yeah, I like to go back on and I always read all the messages afterwards. So that should do it. As I said, 2 hours and 50 minutes. That's not bad for not doing this for a while. I don't even know how many readings it was, but I could tell I haven't done it in a while. Like so many readings at one time. So let's see. Good night. Always good to be here. Love and light to everyone. Thank you so much, SOULdier Light, for your words. You really helped lift me tonight. Well, Sonia, that's awesome to hear. And I'm glad that my words help a lot of people. But the words that I'm presenting are coming from you and coming from your guides. And that's what a lot of us, I feel, I know we like to hear the validation and things like that. So I just want people to know that these things that come along for you, that the message I relay is the energy that you're putting off already. And I'm connecting with my guides and your guides. So the energy and the answers are coming from you. And people just don't realize that. We connect to the same source, which is God. So I'm glad that my words at least can resonate as an energy, but the energy is already in you. And that's what I want people to know, that this is all stuff that I want people to know, like this is all part of what you're supposed to do. This is you are where you're supposed to be. Don't ever doubt that. Even if it's a bad situation or the situation doesn't seem good, you are where you're supposed to be for a reason. So that's something we forget about. We're magical. We're there for a reason. Even if it's bad, we're there for a magical purpose. So I want you guys to know, like, my words are coming from you. That's a true story. That's why I don't remember a lot of my readings, pretty much any of them. So I don't remember them because I just, they come and go. I just say what comes to me. So even if some of the words that I say, just because how I present is how my spirit guides, that's how I present them. Even if the messages, some of the things that I say, it's to help how I present. It's because this message isn't just for one person that I read for. This message is for the collective in general. So everyone could take little bits and pieces from all these readings. I even take bits and pieces, even if I don't remember. I know I take it, whatever resonates in my soul, that I can take a piece of it, because there's a lot of things that I learned from you guys as well, from your guides. The energy exchange says, "Wow, this is pretty awesome." So, um, let's see. Yeah, Earth moving, Shirley Q. Yeah, yeah. Time to ask your questions. Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to ask that, huh? Well, I see that Soul Therapy, Lady D. You have your cards, Lady D, or whoever wants to read. Who wants to read for me? Whoever's here, who has cards and wants to read for me. Let's see. Any volunteers? Any volunteers want to read for the Soldier of Light? Don't be scared. So don't be afraid. That's something I'm just saying. It's my biggest peeve. My biggest peeve lately is just all the stuff that I read. It's just constantly negative, man. Everywhere, constantly negative, constantly. And I know a lot of people want to know all these things going on in the world, and it's literally is a movie. It's already been done in the past, and I know it's hard to understand that concept, but it's true. I mean, this stuff has been done, and they're just showing it. So, oh, yeah, thank you. Are you going to read for me, Lady D? I give you permission to work with my guides if you are going to read for me. All right. If she's ready, I just want to know. Um, One question is, will I be successful in accomplishing my mission in regards to my home? And you could type there wherever you get into the box. I'm kind of anxious to see. Hopefully, my guides don't make you dizzy, Lady D. My current home, yes. If I'll be successful in the home I'm in right now with what I've been doing, will I be successful? And of course, right now, the Send Me an Angel song is playing. That's so awesome. Yeah. Yeah, my current home. Shirley Q. I wish I could. Just got tarot cards. Yes, lots of downer readers. That's why I was so happy to see. Yeah, I read differently. I mean, I'll tell people exactly, even if it's not something you want to hear, but I try to spin it in a way that can flip that because, like I said, tarot is only one option. Based on if you change nothing and you continue on, this is one option that could happen. But our free will plays into this. And as I mentioned earlier with DHP, we're able to manifest things quicker. We're changing if your energy is changed. So you can change these things. That's what I tell people. That's why I try to give them the option to overcome that obstacle. That's how my guides have always taught me to read, and that's how I read. So, Brianna, I got a big yes from the pendulum. Nice. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, I got some stuff going on with my current home that I'm working with. So trying to defeat the evil. Nice. Thank you, Muse. Brianna. No problem, DHP. Thank you for your super chats. I think Lady D is pulling cards. Did you guys know that I uncovered from Spirit? Um, Shirley Q, right? Does that sound familiar? My intuition said you already know the answer, and it's a big yes. Yeah, but I don't pull for myself because I can alter the energies. So, but you're right. I have kind of looked around somewhat, and I kind of already know this. But I just want to see. I just want to see. I'm not affecting the energy. That's why I asked the way I ask. But I exposed in the Republic of Texas. By the way, I exposed that the top leaders in the organization are high level or are Freemasons, And guess what we just found out after my cards pulled this, and that there's people who are trying to hinder the good. And guess what? That just came out literally that they are connected to the dark and Freemasons. So that's the stuff that I've been picking up a lot on. As I mentioned, I had a dream about Lady Gaga. I was in a place that I didn't even know where I was, full of people, and I got in front of her somehow. I don't know how I did it. And this demon, literally, I told this demon that it's not welcome, and was telling this demon that you have no power here anymore. And that demon was staring me straight back. It was very confrontational, that demon was. So I just had weird dreams about these random people. Tom Hanks, now Lady Gaga, and they're high level people up in these things. So they know who I was. This demon knew who I was for sure. And I actually said it out loud. I'm the soldier of light. And I yelled it with a booming voice. So yeah, nice. Yeah. Thanks, Chrissy. Yeah, the Ten of Wands, I have been working on this for a while now. There's been a lot of hard work for me and a lot of burden for me when it comes to this. But the Death card is good. So something is coming to an end and changing. Good. And the Hermit card, that's what I get. Some things are bringing, I'm being divinely guided. I know that. I've doing things that I would have never contemplated doing in my past, and I've been doing them. So yeah, 3 hours of terrors. Did you? So you didn't pull cards for me, huh, Lady D? I thought they said you were pulling cards for me. Yeah, they aren't good. I'm still in the I know the Holy Spirit, my spirit, Yeshua, and God stage, talking to angels like guardian and warring angel stage, but starting to understand other guides. Yeah, and you will. You'll start to understand a little bit more as you go. Okay, so it tells me that you'll be able to, you'll start to learn the energies, what they feel like, and each energy is different. Some energies are more powerful than others. You'll understand them, and you can ask specifically. Ask him who are you? Make yourself known. To me, and they'll do it in their own way. That when you're ready for that. Okay, I just want to see, Lady D. What I asked was, and I had some great feedback already, but I just want to see what you get. Will I be successful in completing what I've been working on in regards to my home where I live now? Will it be successful for us? I like this. I should come on and let people pull cards for me. 3 hours of tarot readings. You got it. That's what I do. There's no other reader that can. Honestly, there's no. The answer is yes without cards. Awesome. Thank you. Bright white head shaped flash on my temples years ago. Nice. When I was pulling earlier for somebody, I saw a big halo. I don't know who I was. Maybe Chrissy? I don't remember who it was. I was reading for somebody, but I saw a big white halo. I've been seeing that a lot. I've been seeing a lot of halos lately. Not like I can see them and then they'll illuminate and then they'll go away. It's to show me. And lights. I see a lot of lights, a lot of golden lights. I see a lot of gold. Yep, Moonchild is correct. You'll know. Yes, new segment. No, Lady D, I just want to see, yeah, if will I be successful in completing what I've been working on for my home that I live in? Will it be successful? So, Chrissy, it was you. So I thought it was you. The halo means that there's angels, and I feel like with the angels, and I also feel like Jesus. When I see halos, I see Jesus a lot. They always do that. I mean, honestly, I'm not saying this, but do you see? I mean, I'm not trying to say this in arrogant, but when you read, if you don't believe in the energy and then the guides that you channel, if you can't see the physical manifestation when the lights brighten and things like that, that tells you that the energy is exchanging. I have yet to see another reader. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I've yet to see another reader or psychic on channels and YouTubes where any energy changes. Like there's no energy. I see maybe some orbs here and there, but I never see energy brighten. I never see it dim. I never see any exchange except what you may see an occasional orb or two. Nice. Yes. So, one more question, just in general. Can you just give me a general poll just to see what? Yep, I know that, and I'm not going to quit. That's why I'm saying I've been dealing with this for some time now. So, and I'm going to take it to the end. Believe me, I don't give up. I don't quit. So, but I do know that there's going to be some bumps in the road when it comes to this situation, and I know that I'm going to be successful. I already know that because I'm not going to quit. So I don't quit. But in general, though, Lady D, can you just give me a future just to see how things are going to be for me financially and just in general, like for maybe how things are moving along for me? Greatly appreciate it. Your left ear starts ringing when you read for me. Oh yeah, my ears have been. My head was. It felt like it was blowing open here recently when I was sick, but it wasn't. It was different. It was like my energy was totally off, like way off. So you got the Ace of Swords. So yes, you're going to have a breakthrough. Yay, nice. Let's start all over again, right? So things are looking good financially. You got the Ten of Pentacles, money, family, and happiness. Awesome. Thank you. I like those. Those are good. That's good stuff. Awesome. Thank you. So, oh, one more. I'm going to ask one more. Do you see me? Do you see me moving to a new place in my future? Last question. In 2014, someone, total stranger, said, I was drawn to you. You have a golden glow. I'm going, what's that? She started pouring her life to me. Moonchild and me, yeah, that's what happens to me all the time. All the time. So I have people come to me all the time. So you're adjusting, Chuck. So what was causing your ears to ring before, you've adjusted to it. Pull your Uno cards, right? I like Uno. So yeah, I'm contemplating on. I've been contemplating moving, but I also have some things I got to work out with this house here. So because I'm not going to let the dark win. Not going to happen. Not on my watch. I've been fighting these guys for months now. So nice. Thanks, Muse. Come to Florida. I thought about Florida, but I don't know. Thinking about moving to Texas. Yeah, that's what happened to me since I've been younger. Moonchild and me, people just have always come to me and just literally told me their life stories without even knowing them. So people just feel connected to your energy. There's a reason why they connect, even if it's for brief, even if it's for a few seconds. There's a reason why they've come into your energetic field. So there's some type of vibration that's brought you there. Yeah. Ha, nice. You will be in an unusual position. You will get an offer soon. Are you trying to sell your home? No. No, I'm not trying to sell my home. I'm trying to keep my home with this situation, but I'm also trying to look to get it to my brother. But I have to complete this project with my home here before I can do that. Yeah, I'm not trying to sell, but I do have. There is an offer probably coming. I agree, and it may not be with my home, and maybe with something else. But yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I know. Some trials, yeah, I've had some battles. I know that. And I've always had that because I've always the dark. Our dark always knows who I am. There's a reason they know who I am. So, and I know who they are. I know who I'm dealing with now. So, but I really appreciate you reading for me, guys. Whoever's pulled your pendulums, and thank you, Lady D, for your pulls as well. So support their channels, guys. I mean, Lady D and Chrissy and um, Dennis, the King of Cups, and Joe Rocco. They're good. They have good information, and they're there for a reason. And start your own channels too, guys. So I tell people, I just want people to grow and succeed, and the more of us getting the information out, the better. So yeah, go to Texas. Exactly. That's where I'm looking to go. I think is I've been looking at some properties there. So buy Chuck's house, soldiers. Yeah, I'm looking to buy a piece of property that's got some land on it, things like that, for my dogs to run around. And what I want to do is my my wife and I have this when the exchange happens for the revaluation, and we can change in our currencies and things, that I'm going to do a humanitarian projects where we build homes and places, and then we do sustainable communities. When we build homes, people can just like we garden. We teach, we do gardening, and have a place where whatever it may be, like animals and things like that, and it's very sustainable. And each shared community that they work together on the gardens and things like that to help feed each other, and you can exchange like a swap, like a barter system, like I'll swap you some tomatoes for some corn or whatever, things like that. But everything is learning the skill, and being very sustainable. That's something that my wife and I, in our projects that we want to do, is to be able to help other people do that. So no, I understand. I got that, Lady D. Thank you very much. So yeah, appreciate that. Yep, yes. So that's what we wanted to do. So I feel like there will be a great success, and I feel like that's something we want to do. And I've seen visions of what the property, at least my property, will look like, and I haven't seen others yet. But I know what the sustainability thing, that's a big thing. So getting back to the roots, caring for the earth, and doing things the way we're supposed to do them from the beginning. So. Um, Nice, Chrissy. That's exactly what we want to do, that community. So that's what we want to build. So it's kind of like what Trump's saying, the freedom cities, kind of the same scenario. So everyone's kind of watching out for each other. Kids can freely, they're going to be taught, like good things, good skills, not being indoctrinated. Those are things that we're looking for sustainability for long-term success. So that's what I've been wanting to do. So, yeah, I know. I know. But that's okay. Nothing worthwhile has ever been easy. So, but once that happens, things are going to start to take off. I know that. So, cool. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I thank you for your support, for listening. I know it's been a minute since I've been on. I'll try to get on if I can this week, if I feel up to it, depending on what's going on. If not, I'll definitely jump on. Like I said, it'll be hit and miss. Um, And when it comes to me, it won't be a regular thing every week, like it's been like every Monday or every Thursday. It just, whenever it comes, I have the availability to be able to jump on and be able to be in a good place to channel. Because there's a lot of energy that happens, reading somebody, and, dropping that and having the break in between. It's like on to the next, on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. So it's very, very draining energetically. So, but I feel good afterwards. So when I'm done, um, yeah, I can do a short meditation if you want. Not a problem. You can always move your family in my home in Florida. Nice. Nice. Man, I might take you up on that offer depending on what goes on. So I've actually had other people offer me that same thing too. So that's pretty awesome. So I know God is going to put me where I need to be. And I know whatever happens with this situation, I'm not going to go, I'm going to go down with a fight with the home I have now. And I also know that it's going to work out, even though it's going to be bumpy. I'm ready for the challenge. I've always been ready for the challenge. And I feel like this is part of what this is now. So it's part of my growth, part of my expansion, part of my mastery. So, so yeah, so we can do that. We can go ahead and do a quick little meditation. So if you want, just go ahead and we will pass you around, right? Yeah, as I told my wife, I can always just set up a table anywhere in the world and just do readings for people. So that's always been pretty successful for me. So yeah, oh, it is a resort style living. Nice, nice. So no, I totally, like I said, I appreciate all the well wishes you guys have sent. So all right, so if you want, just go ahead and slow your breathing down. If you want to partake in the energy exchange, and what I want you to do is just slow your breathing down. In through your nose, 2 to 3 seconds. Out through your mouth, 2 to 3 seconds. And I want you to bring into your mind's eye, as I always mention, something that brings a smile to your face. Something from your past. It could be a child, your parent, your spouse, a wedding day, a vacation, a place, an animal, whatever it is that just brings a smile to your face and joy to your heart. And I want you to bring this into your reality, into your mind's eye now. And as your eyes are closed and your breathing is slowed, and we're aligning our spirit, our mind, and our body, I want you to recall all of your energy now with this open heart of love. I want you to recall all your energy, and I want you to visualize this energy flowing back in through the top of your head, in through the bottom of your feet, and in through your heart. This energy flows through you. If it's around you, it is you. And as you pull this energy in, I want you to renew this energy. This energy fills you with love, with healing, with renewal, light, and joy. And with your highest of intentions, and through your power that is God, the Creator, has given you, I want you to heal the world around you. I want you to send out with your highest expectation, your highest intuition, your highest love and integrity to the world or to the people you want to heal now. Send out your affirmations with your energy as you renew. I am increasing the frequency and vibration of the world around me. I am successful. I am unwavering. I am rooted and protected by God. I am a divine being in creation from the one Creator. I am connected to all, and all is connected to me. I am enlightening. I am ascending. I am healing, and I am healing others. I love me. I love me. I love me. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am loved. I am rooted. I am strong. And I am victorious through the power of God and our Lord and Savior Yeshua. So be it, and so it is. All right. Well, I was just in Texas, Harley Ray. I was just in Texas last month. I'm going to be in Texas again in mid-May in Dallas area. I'm also going to Michigan at the end of this month. with David Straight. And then I have North Carolina coming up in June as well, or July, in Florida. We're trying to get together. We're trying to do a seminar in the Florida area that they're working on. So once that comes up, definitely. So it's just a lot of great things coming together. You have to believe there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that you don't see. It's great. And I hope a lot of you are starting to have more dreams, more intuition, start trusting yourself. That's the biggest thing that Spirit had for me for you guys today is confidence and trust. That's why you heard me the affirmations. I am enough. I am worthy. I am enough. Because we forget that at times that we are enough. God made us perfect. Even if we don't feel like, because we've been taught not to feel that way, but we are perfect in our own way. That's why God made only one of you. So remember, you are here for a reason at this time because you volunteered to be here at the difficult time in history. Because this difficult time is going to come out on the other end. We've been here many times and we haven't been successful. This is the iteration in the lifetime and lifeline and energy timeline that is changing for the better. I've seen it. And many of you have as well. And we have to live it when it's hard. Tests of faith when we turn our back on God at times or we don't look to God as much when we're angry, when we're upset, when we have the woe is me, the 8 of Swords, the self-imprisonment, the doubts, the fears, the nightmares, the anxieties, because we bring those into our own energetic fields because we turn away from God, because we have that scarcity, that lack of mindset of not having enough, things not turning out well, because that's how things have happened to us in the past in order to get us to where we are today. Something may seem dark or something may seem like it's why is this happening? But on the other side of it, it's a blessing. It's beautiful. It's something God says you needed to learn from this. And this is an expansion period for you. And we need to look at things differently. That's that different perspective, that hangman card. That's a different perspective. The self-sacrifices we've all made. There's a reason for these things. It's for our growth, our evolution. And you are successful. Because look where you've been and look where you are now. You are successful. God has already laid out the plan that you've agreed to. Your free will now is what's directing this plan. But it's been laid out for you. You make your choices is what affects this overall scenario, is the choices you make, the things that you do. Energy you put out is what you receive in, as we talk about. So, good. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. Blast this stuff out to your friends, anyone you may know that may be interested in stuff like this. Totally down for it. And I like this at the end where just to help. Just some people even read for me. That's cool, man. I'm not, that's awesome. I try to help what I can for people. So we'll keep helping each other. That's where this is all boils down to, because by you doing something, love thy neighbor, that's why it reciprocates back to you. It will come back to you 100-fold. So even when you don't have enough, you feel you don't have enough, if you give and you're of pure heart and you're kind, the God in the universe will provide that back 10-fold to you, 100-fold. I promise you, because that's what this is about, is love your neighbor like you would yourself. Do no harm. That's simple. So that's the only thing God really wants us to do, is do no harm and love each other like we love ourselves. And we don't even do that well enough as loving ourselves, because we've never been taught to love ourselves, because it sounds selfish and it looks selfish. And we're worried about other people, what they think. That's the whole thing. So if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. And it starts with loving yourself and being confident in yourself. So stay the light, guys. All will be well. Stay the light, be the light, shine that light so bright that you're going to extinguish the dark. All things done in the dark will be brought to light, and that's what's happening. every day. You see it every day. I see it every day. And things are being brought to light for a reason. God has a plan, and he's not going to let us fail. We can't fail him either. We have to do our parts. That's part of being the soldier that you are. So, love you guys. I'm sending you guys all light, love, and dragons. And I'll look to seeing you guys. Hopefully I can get back on again this week. If not, I'll hit you guys up again next week. As soon as I'm able to. So, thank you guys for listening. Like I said, just spread this light out to others. Whatever message resonated with you, take it and run with it. So there's always messages and little tidbits for everybody in every reading if you listen, because it resonates. There's a reason why a lot of these messages are similar, because this is a similar message that we all have to learn at this point, and even myself at times. So it's part of the growth. So love you guys. Stay strong. Soldier of light, out.